At least with Limey, you're not going to have any dead air. I can guarantee you that much.
Couldn't hear what? Oh, yeah. I'm looping back desktop in the videos because you can hear the live timer right now, right? Weird. Well, I don't really have any video. Yeah, I don't really have any videos running for this, so I don't care. So what if they can hear me? It's my show, damn it. And greetings all. Oh, wait, what's wrong? Why is that vertical? Dick, do you have any idea?
Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again.
Vertical video in your intro. I'm disgusted. I need another beer.
Like this?
Yeah, okay, everybody leave this stream right now. Nobody's watching. Move along. Nothing to see here.
Well, that was a bit of fun. That was a bit of fun. All right, so let's fix this. And we got somebody who wants to come in. Who we got? DKG. Yeah, I'll let him in.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, DK.
Hello.
So unfortunately, the
how's
birthday
things?
boy couldn't be here.
Yeah. So since Charlie isn't here, everybody out there watching, I want you to use your imagination and imagine yourself grabbing Charlie and putting him over your lap and spanking him 40 some times. How old is that prick now? 42? Did he say? Yes. He is the answer to everything. So spank his ass. There you go.
He's the king of the one-liners. We need him in here right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, who's eating? Who's making the crackly noise? Is that you?
Oh, sorry, I thought I muted. I'm just scratching my underwear. That's all right. It's due its monthly turnaround.
Limey, it's open panel tonight. Click the link, hop in.
So, congratulations on 300 subs. But I'm a bit pissed off. I've got to say though, Lucky, a bit pissed off.
Yeah,
because it's not. It should be 3,000 by now. Well, I mean, what the fuck? What if anybody's on here right now? Why are you not subbed? Why are you not subbed if you're not subbed? It's stupid. I don't understand why you're only on 300 by now. It's ridiculous.
I agree. That's
now
kind
the
of
funny
stupid.
thing is the 300 subs. That is totally organic though. I'm not like shilling the crap out of my channel. I'm not pimping myself out.
Right.
So most of the subs are people going, hey, dude, check out this guy. Which, by the way, shout out to Jose JG for being the one that pushed me over 300 subs, who got me here. That last little couple 10, 15 subs that are always so hard to get. Yep. So much thanks, man.
I've got to be honest with you. I mean, I would prefer 1,000 subscribers that are going to watch my videos than 10,000 subscribers and only probably 500 will probably watch my videos. You know what I mean? I really would. Yeah, like you said, I prefer pure organic. And I always say to people, don't watch my videos for the sake of watching the video. Watch it if you're interested. Watch it. If you're not, don't. I'm not really into this thing. Just watching other people's channels just to support them, just for the sake of it. It's
thanks.
Just watch it if you like it.
That's good to know. Wish you told me that before.
You love my videos, and you know it, DK. You love them. You love it.
But I mean, it's been fun. It's been fun. I think when FTFE's video comes out for the Sextant Challenge, I think that's going to be a big bump too.
Oh, is he going to be mentioning your giveaway?
Yes. My giveaway is going to be part of the challenge. I mean, I don't know exactly what he has together yet, but that'll be in there too.
I mean, I've seen your challenge everywhere, like all kinds of different places now, like giving away the Sextant, but can't even give it away.
I know what FTFE's going to do though. He's going to come on and say, "I've had a brilliant idea."
That sounds like him, doesn't it? That sounds like Craig. Yeah. No, he's not.
No, what's funny is I've gotten hits from BitChute and TikTok on the Sextant giveaway.
Really?
Yeah.
TikTok. Damn. Have you done a TikTok on it?
I don't do BitChute or TikTok.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
somebody's mentioned it somewhere then. Somehow.
Yeah, so that's been that's spread around again organically.
BitChute, I don't understand cryptocurrency.
I've got to be honest with you. I've heard the name. I have no clue what it is. No clue whatsoever. I've never even seen it.
I looked at it for a couple seconds. I think it's a content scrubber. Kind of like that pick-click.
Well, like a brush.
Pick-click works.
Like a brush.
A brush, yeah.
You're a brush.
Oh, I can leave if you want.
No.
Oh, no, stay here. Stay here.
That. DKG, you these days you're saying things that you're making you sound very sorry for yourself. Stop it. Just don't.
I am sorry for myself. No, I'm not sorry for myself. I'm sorry for you lot. I'm just put it there.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry for your wife, but I mean,
Yeah, you should be.
I haven't seen any videos from you for a long time, DKG.
I know. Well, I don't really do. I've done my bit of doing videos.
I thought you were just going to do the one when you feel like it every now and again.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it.
No, fair enough. Can't argue with that.
As you know, there's a lot of work involved. Even just doing the simplest of videos, and there hasn't been anything that has really rolled me up into saying something about it. And if it is, I just come on the shields and have a moan, so I don't have to. So makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm getting
same thing here.
I'm getting started back on the 24th when I've got a bit of money to get a subscription for my Filmora 9 again, and I'm going to make a start back on it a bit again. I've tried what was that thing I was trying with you for a while? A Resolve. Yeah, I couldn't get it to do what I wanted to do, so fuck it.
What?
Stick with the one. Well, you know what it was. It's the green screen thing. It won't bloody work. I've tried reinstalling. I've watched videos. I've watched step-by-step instructions. It just will not do what I want to do. It will not apply the chroma key. It just won't work. Won't do it at all.
You're doing something wrong, mate.
That's one of the most.
It's DaVinci Resolve, mate. You're doing something wrong.
I know you'd think so, wouldn't you? I mean, we can do it. We can do like a share screen thing sometime if you want, and you can see what I'm doing. But I've followed about 6 different videos. I've gone through like different websites that are doing it step by step, and I'm following it step by step. So,
Matt,
yes.
Remember when we tried to do the whole VST plugins thing for mic tuning?
Don't start with that.
Hold on.
No.
Let me finish. Go on. The reason I bring it up is that wouldn't work for you. This wouldn't work for you. You need to strip your system and reinstall Windows. You got some motherfucking shit going on, man, because simple things don't work on your side. And unless you're forcing us to conclude that you're an idiot, it's got to be your system.
Well, Dick,
Not just shit, but motherfucking shit.
Yeah, that might be true. The idiot part might be true.
Yeah, come on, Dick. You remember that live stream we did where we tried to teach him how to tie his laces?
Yeah, I remember that one.
He could be what we called in the computer industry a bug tester. You think your shit's working, you just hand it to him, and hey, there you go.
No, I think the terminology we use is Luddite.
Luddite.
Philistine.
Newfangled technology. But that's true, actually. Yeah, all that stuff with the with all that, and then then you resolve. It's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm following it step by step, but I just can't get it to work.
Yeah, I think your problem is you haven't got a Mac.
Oh, fuck off, you Mac.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
I need a small mortgage to get one.
You really walked into that one, didn't you?
Yeah, whatever.
You can get a MacBook Air for less than £1,000.
Yeah, well, okay, give me £1,000 then. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, what am I going to get £1,000 from right now?
Well, like everybody else. What from your subs?
£1,000 doesn't buy you a good enough Mac to be running streams and stuff, though. Really, that's borderline.
No,
you need one of the better ones.
Yeah,
no. Actually, I'm
just playing with him.
What you do is you talk to me, you give me a budget, I will build you a machine that has the hardware a Mac does without the cost, and then you just pirate the OS.
Okay, $50.
Oh, Christ.
That's my budget.
In this day and age, $50 wouldn't buy you the zip ties for cable management in the box.
I know, right? I know. I've got a nice PC which is in and around about £1,000 sitting on my desk here right now. So why the fuck would I want to change? Apart from the fact that some things don't work, everything else works.
So these days you have to get a fucking mortgage out to buy a graphics card.
And no, you
need a mortgage to buy the whole set, and you're with a flipping Mac. Jesus.
But with you, Matt, what you need to do is you need to rebuild Windows. It's obviously time, and it's one of those things where
you're probably right.
Yeah, use my copy of. We'll have a discussion later, actually, but we'll get you, all set up. Trust me, it would be so worth it. I'm about to do mine.
No, I can do factory reset anyway. Restore. It's pretty easy to do. It's not a big issue. I suppose I should do because. I mean, it is starting to get. I mean, even though I do maintain it, don't do a bit clunky.
Don't do the factory restore with all that. Strip it clean and do it properly. It's so much better. It just is.
You know what I miss as far as messing around with stuff like that is back when your computer had that factory restore CD or DVD. And the only thing on it was the core drivers that you needed, and maybe some bloat. Because you could then go in and strip that down even more and get like super... it was like, I remember being able to take XP Service Pack 3 and strip it down to 128 megabytes RAM used with the browser open. It's like
you're building an embedded version at that point, right?
Yeah, well, Windows 10 when Windows 10 comes with the factory reset system all built in. You don't need
but you don't want that version. Trust me. Talk to me after. I'll explain why.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Dick. But don't forget, right? Okay, I get very frustrated and very angry when things don't go right, especially when it comes to technology. Right?
This is simple.
I'm gonna take the easiest route that I know how.
If you can,
save me from having a heart attack again.
If there's ever been somebody who needs to shut up and listen now and then, my friend, it's you. If you can do the factory restore through the Windows commands, you can doing it with a USB drive and blank your hard drive and do it properly. Same thing. It's no different. It's super easy.
Okay.
It's super easy. Okay. I've set it up. I gave my son's grandma a USB stick and she did her computer no problem. And she's one of those people where every 6 months she gets a hold of me and says, "How do I get my email again?" It's simple, but it's worth it. It's a better way to do it. It properly gives you 100% a new base system. You can build it with the driver support proper, step by step, so it's all done right. And afterwards, you'll have a system that's faster, smoother, and way more reliable. Plus, we'll put you on Windows. Yeah. We'll put you on Windows Enterprise so that you can put off updates. They don't get in the way, yada, yada. Less stuff. You can get rid of some of that Microsoft Xbox crap and whatnot. And
yeah, I don't get all that. I get rid of that stuff anyway. So, but okay. We'll do it in a few. We'll do it in a few weeks then. But
sure.
Here's the big question: does it have Minesweeper?
It has ski free.
Yeah.
No, all this talk about Windows reminds me, I lost my Windows archive. I had an archive of everything from Windows 1 up.
I have that
lost
still.
It?
Yep.
I don't know. You lost it. Just.
I have an external hard drive with every version of Mac OS and a whole whack of Linuxes and whatnot, just in case. There's like 40 bootable partitions on the damn thing. It's crazy.
Well, chat amongst yourselves. I need to go make a cup of coffee.
You can't go making coffee on your own show. What's going on?
I went with something a bit more sudsy.
You know what? I'm going to bug him to make me one too.
If he's going to make a cup of coffee, he should at least be doing a tutorial.
Martian coffee.
An unboxing.
Yeah.
Right, nobody say anything till he comes back.
Okay. Just like fart and burp and stuff.
Vertical images.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, vertical images. Vertical images.
I thought you said vertical witches.
Well, them as well.
Do they float like churches?
I heard Matt likes his witches lying down.
Shh. This is pick on Matt night, isn't it?
It's always pick on Matt night.
No, it's not. Sometimes it's pick on DKG night, occasionally.
Quite often.
Me night.
Yeah. Very true.
Okay, there.
DKG, roughly what kind of what sort of area of the UK are you residing? Just a rough area.
I'm
England.
on the west side of the just inside the M25, west of London.
Oh, that's right. You're okay then. Big storm coming.
Oh, yeah, we know about it. Yeah,
Eugene. Yeah, southwest and South Wales, I think mostly. They're putting a red warning. There's threat to life apparently. Big one.
What was the name of the other storm? It was a real lame name for a storm, like Denzel or something. I can't remember what it was now.
Wasn't it Bertrand or Bernard or something?
It was something wet.
It's always something wet. But this time this time is Storm Eugene. Yeah. This one. Apparently it's bigger than the one we had yesterday.
Woden Toad in the chat says listening while making dinner. True story. Woden Toad is so well endowed that she actually uses a periscope to go between them so she can see what she's cooking when standing at the stove.
Now that I'd like to see. I would like to see that.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. My blood coffee ratio dropped below 90%.
In Canada, that's a beer ratio, but yeah, I get it.
I'm not allowed either of those at the moment. Not allowed coffee or beer.
I'm not supposed to be drinking beer, but I bought a few.
So, what do you think about your new royalty in Canada? Then, Dick, you heard about that?
What?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
You got a new queen in Canada. Didn't you know that?
Who elected Freddie Mercury? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You'll have to resub to Team Skeptic.
No, I get his notifications.
There's some crazy bat woman who claims to be the Queen of Canada, and
I actually was retro gaming out all morning and early afternoon. I pulled out the old game Pharaoh, Cleopatra, and I started building. And I'm completely out of touch today. I have no idea what's been going on.
Ooh.
Oh, there's Boom. Hey, there's Charlie.
Hey,
Happy birthday, bitch.
thank you, assholes.
So,
It's your birthday today? You didn't say that earlier.
So what are you doing for your birthday? You got like a couple of ground squirrels licking peanut butter off your prick or something? What's going on over there?
Hamsters. Yeah, I had to rescue them from outside. It's brutal outside. Brutal.
Just a second. Hey, Jose. Thanks for stopping by. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Boom.
Boom. I can't say it in his Spanish accent. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to attempt it because he'll just laugh. When you're all
El
laughing.
boomo.
Plus, you got to get real close to the mic and go, boom.
Boom.
No, I was going to say JJ Gonzalez in his accent, but I can't do it.
You're
Call
right.
your mama. Call your papa. Call your friends.
That was funny. Why do I want to sing Mexican American? You know, Cheech and Chong.
You're all such a bunch of fucking racists. You really are.
Oh, we're just terrible.
It wasn't racist when the movie came out. It was a Mexican American singing the damn song. Come on, you know.
I'm not racist. I just hate everybody equally. It's all right.
It's like Blazing Saddles. That movie was racist towards absolutely every human being on the planet, and that made it okay.
On purpose. Yep.
Well, in which case it's not racism then, is it? You cannot single out one race. You single out the whole human race. It's like,
That movie wouldn't even make it past the cutting floor these days.
There's a good debate in that though. Is it okay to hate everyone? Like you're not just picking on people, then you just hate everyone. Isn't that okay?
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
so,
That's the kind of old man I'm going to grow up to be. Just hate everybody. Absolutely, grumpy old man.
So what? Like next month?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but see, what'll end up happening is somebody will come along and go, okay, so you're not a racist. You're a speciesist. Or some other nonsensical. Yeah.
You're an organismist.
Human racism, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can't say humanist, can you?
I haven't had an organism for years, so I can't hate those.
You are an organism.
All right. So now that the birthday boy's here, I got a present for you. You're going to like this.
Bend over and get ready to receive.
Over the past day or so, I've been going at Gary Wabinga about the Rayleigh Criterion. And this is his brilliant response when I ask him, well, define it. As you can see, not much. Oh, it's just, you can't see stuff. Well, Gary, this.
Gary?
Don't say his name a third time.
Nope.
This is criterion definitions. These are criterion limits. The first is full width half maximum. A single point of light will have a bell curve in its fall off. Now, the Rayleigh criterion is the next closest to that. And let me open this up because I took some notes.
Sir, the first image on the left looks a bit rude. It looks like something pointy going in between some bum cheeks.
Looks a little bit like a tank.
Yeah. There's a way you can sum this up for idiots. These are the 4 stages in, oh my God, I'm about to be hit by a car because I'm standing in the middle of the road. And when you get to the Rayleigh criterion, your ass is grass.
Okay. So, full width half maximum is what you see when you are observing a single point light source. The Rayleigh criterion, which is B, is a mathematical calculation in which the full width half maximum, A, of 2 point light sources, and it's very specific in the criterion, it has to be point light sources, have to have a minimal peak intensity in the area of no less of 70 to 80%. So that little dip in the middle, yeah, that's the maximal separation between the 2 points of light. Or the minimum separation between the 2 points of light for the Rayleigh criterion. Now, here's where it gets even better. This, however, is not the limit of resolvability contextually. It also fails if the diffraction pattern has no well-defined rings. As you can see down in the bottom left, those tree ring looking things, those are area rings. No well-defined rings or zeros, or if the rings are far from the central maximum, or those central points. The Rayleigh criterion is determined by 1.38.4 divided by the diameter of the aperture in millimeters, or 5.449 divided by the diameter of the aperture in inches. All right. Well, I mean, if you're such a optical expert, you would have been able to just post that and that would have been fine. But no. Moving along. There's the Dawes criterion, which from an angular resolution aspect is 120% that of the Rayleigh criterion. Unlike the Rayleigh's limit, the Dawes limit is not a measure dependent on the wave nature of light. It's a perceptual thing. It was empirically determined by visual observations of varied doubled stars. However, the Dawes criterion is not insignificantly different from the Fraunhofer diffraction, which is what defines optics and resolution. Fraunhofer diffraction is used throughout the entire optical industry to determine the resolution of optics. For those that think this is a little deep, I'll just make it simple. You might know this as line pair testing, or testing a lens with a U.S. Air Force 1951 resolving test target. So if you've ever read a lens test and they've talked about line pairs, that's Fraunhofer. That's Dawes essentially. Moving along, you have the Sparrow Criterion. The Sparrow Criterion is the standard for which controlled conditions laboratory optical experiments and testing. So in other words, lasers, things like that, things where precision has to be damn dead on. Now, you might look at that and go, well, that's not resolvability. You're not seeing 2 distinct points or anything, except this is where humans get involved. The Sparrow Criterion is considered a more realistic resolution limit for both photographic optics and human visual acuity, due to the way the brain interprets visual data and the fact that with 2 eyes and visual data being dithered and interpolated, the criterion most closely corresponds with what the human eye can resolve. The additional factor with this is the human eye's range to detect subtle differences in gradients and intensities. Typical range being about 21 stops. Now, with the human eye, how that works is you have two eyes, obviously. The offset of the rods and cones between the two eyes overlaps and essentially subsamples. The brain takes this data, puts it together. That's why you can actually see better than the Rayleigh limit of the human eye. Now, all you've given is just a bunch of random nonsense and no actual definitions short of just a quick Google search definition, and no empirical or quantifiable data to support your claims. So the next time you come out with this Rayleigh Criterion angular resolution bullshit, you might want to read an optical physics book. And that's pretty much it.
We don't live on a drawing.
Yeah, he'll come up with that. But the funny thing is that the Dawes limit, Fraunhofer diffraction, is how optics are tested in the real world. It's what they use. So, again, he's got nothing.
Won't phase him. Won't phase him.
He really did pick the wrong person to argue about optics with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is this also throws all the other flat earthers that keep citing Rayleigh Criterion under the bus as well, because the Rayleigh Criterion is not the limit of optical resolution.
He's in the chat, by the way, Gary. He's in the chat. I don't know if you're aware of that.
But Rayleigh sounds cool.
Oh, well.
And it rhymes with daily, which is his whole fucking operation.
Well, then, yeah, because, I mean, if we're going to get into real world, 2013's Texas Star Party, they took a crap load of telescopes and put them up against a resolution test. A crap load of telescopes. Here's where it gets fun. In the real world, the bulk of those scopes resolved past the Rayleigh limit, and some of them resolved past the Dawes limit. As it says here, with a few exceptions, telescopes in the 80 to 400 millimeter aperture range came close to or exceeded the Dawes limit, which is a tighter criterion than the Rayleigh Criterion. So, there we go. In the real world, real objects, tested under real conditions. And, sorry, you got nothing, buddy.
He says angular compression is the cause of Rayleigh Criterion.
No, it's not.
I thought so too.
Angular compression. If
Whoever said light compressed? Oh my goodness!
Hey Gary, come and talk about this stuff, but don't come in and start insulting the audience, please. Okay, keep it friendly. All right, none of that crap. All right.
We're thanking people for subscribing and celebrating this 300 subscribers thing.
So, unless I actually accidentally kicked him out, I do believe we have a Limey in the chat.
Limey!
You rang?
Hello, Limey.
Yes, I did.
You all right,
we
guys?
all bloody did. You wouldn't pick up the telly.
Well, no, I wouldn't pick up the telly because that's a television. Anyway, yeah, congrats, Loki.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm getting there.
Yeah, definitely.
Limey, has anybody ever called you a lovable little tubby cocktail twist edition of greatness?
Yeah, occasionally, but normally after the second slap, they stop. How is everyone anyway? Good?
Good, buddy. You?
It's good.
Yeah, wonderful.
So
I'm
Gary's
a bit tired. Colin had me on chat, like in Discord for it had to be at least 3 hours, helping me set up OBS, using some of the amazing stuff that he set up, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much has me spent now. I'm fucking shattered.
Oh, has he worn you out? Is he? Dirty old man. Dirty old man.
Wore me out.
You got a colonoscopy.
Not very general, but I mean, the cuddle afterwards was nice.
Hey, Limey, sniff around. Does it smell like burnt toast over there?
I don't know.
Oh God, Colin broke his sense of smell too. We're gonna have to reboot him.
Yeah, might have. Oh dear.
So I don't know whether you've seen what Gary's written now. It says angular compression is narrow angles which compress information into smaller spaces.
Well, then why would they disappear bottom up on the horizon then? You just debunked your own bullshit, buddy. Keep up. Jesus.
Angular
You
compression.
might say that this
angular
isn't
compression.
the
No,
chills.
hold on. Angular compression is a direct ratio between physical size and distance that is linear. It is a mathematical calculation. It's not hard. And it's math.
That's what she said. Oh, sorry.
As per all the optical criterions, all the optical criterions, any object with an angular size greater than that criterion limit is resolvable. Period. End of story. Unless there's something in the way. So if there's a big massive ship and I can resolve a bolt on the side of the ship, but I can't see the rest of the damn ship, then that's physical obstruction, because it is not allowed for by angular compression perspective or optical resolution.
He picked the wrong person, yo. He also says that this isn't the Shills audience, but I'm pretty sure we have some overlap.
No, he said the Shrills because he's clever like Pratt.
Now, what's funny, Gary, is if you want, I could actually go beyond this and get into the actual more technical side of this. I mean, you are an optical expert, right? You know way more than I do. So, hey, let's discuss Mtf curves, modular transfer function, contrast mapping. Come on.
Oh, come on. He's just pissed off because he got kicked off the James Webb Telescope program.
Yes, Gary, you are correct. It is not linear in one circumstance only, when you are observing the object at an angle that is not perpendicular to the surface.
DK, they kicked him out because everybody got really creeped because you're not supposed to clean urinals with your tongue.
This urinal cake tastes like spearmint.
Oh.
You can just hear security. You can hear security on the radio right now.
Oh, it's lemon
calling it in, section 24. We got another flat earther in the urinal cakes.
Another flat earther stuck in a stall.
Sorry, just being the expert that Gary is, on well, that seems quite a few things apparently. But is he going to accept your generous offer of a free sextant, and perhaps show us that, I don't know, that he can actually use the fucking thing and that it works on flat Earth?
Apparently, angles are different to every point on an object from your eyes.
What?
That's what he said. Angles are different to every point on an object from your eyes.
You shouldn't
Oh,
put
dear God.
objects on your eyes. It's
I think he meant to say angels.
Well, if we're going to start getting into perspective, then I need to pull out my notes on Da Vinci's work, on Da Vinci's writings regarding human visual perspective.
Oh, Da Vinci's got nothing on him. What are you talking about?
Da Vinci was a Freemason Jesuit Somalian.
Somalian. What?
Somalian? I thought he was a hamster.
Very possible. They're
Or
all
Santa
Freemasons
Claus.
too. Fuck them all.
Yeah, but you do regularly, Charlie.
I mean, you talk about Gary using a stethoscope. But,
Well, that as well. Yeah.
yeah, but I wouldn't trust him to use a ViewMaster. You know, for fuck's sake.
No, Gary, that kaleidoscope doesn't go in the dogs. Oh, Jesus.
Well, some weeks ago, there was I'll tell you a little story. There's been a development on this as well. Some weeks ago, I challenged him. Some of you've already heard some of this anyway. I challenged him to find a video of a plane moving away from the observer above the horizon and disappearing from the top onwards without any obstruction or any refractive effects, right? Well, I went into his video yesterday and I've left a comment, and he said that he actually saw one disappear from the bottom upwards yesterday. He said that yesterday, so that would have been the day before yesterday. So I asked him, well, let's see it then, and he didn't respond. So here's your chance, Gary. Show us. You can come on if you like. Show us this video of this plane disappearing from the bottom upwards. Here's your
Come on, Gary. Won't you come on, Gary?
No, come on. This is how stupid Gary is, right? He's saying, give me a link. It's pinned at the top of the chat.
I know. And both Jen and I have already
figured it out.
pointed that out. Like, this is genius level shit on display here, fellow babies. Wow.
So come on in and show us.
So
this,
you guys.
show
So
us.
hold on. 2 people have pointed it out. Oh wait,
At
we've
least.
also, and we've also said that it's pinned to the top. All
Yeah.
right.
Plus, it's pinned. Like, who doesn't
it
click the
helps
pinned
as well.
comment?
If it helps as well, there is a link pinned at the top of the chat section.
Right?
Yeah, and don't forget to mention the pinned comment. Like,
Yeah.
just in case you didn't get it.
Thanks,
I'm-
DKG. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. So what did you say, Triggers Limey? You said something about a pinned comment. I wasn't listening because I was too busy looking at the pinned comment.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm playing baseball rules, so that's 3 strikes.
Okay, just in case you didn't get that, I'm going to post the link in the chat now. There you go.
Just in that's
case you still.
confused. Oh no, but which one to click now? It's got 2. Oh no!
I got cows to milk.
I got toilets to lick.
Oh, it's Jose.
Hey, Jose.
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 Gonzalez.
I just wanted
Hey,
to
dude.
I just wanted to check if the pinned comment in the chat box works. Gary Webenga is Thank you, guys.
No, Jose, you didn't use the pinned comment. You used the one that Matt just posted, which is a different one.
Yeah. If it helps, I've also just posted it again.
Thank you.
Just in case.
Thank you, Jose.
Way to go, Jose. That's true science at work.
We have a
Oh,
Gary.
he's made it. He's made it. Here he is. Come and teach us about optics, Gary.
Here, I'll mute so it's a real chat.
Welcome,
There's the bot.
Gary.
Teat.
Gary is muted. There we go.
I'm unmuted.
You're unmuted now, mate.
I can hear you.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for you guys to fire your bullets.
Well, you know why you're here.
You've been listening to the show so far, right?
The last couple of minutes, I had to update my Google Meets. So I missed out on that, and I was doing some other stuff.
So where's this? So what have you got evidence of this plane that you saw disappearing from the bottom up? Let's start with the basic first.
No, I didn't film it, but it's because I didn't have a camera.
Oh,
But you can literally, it's just a simple foreshortening effect. You should know about this stuff by now. You know how things
Should I?
foreshorten?
Well, why
Yeah.
is it nobody else has ever seen one that happen before, Gary? And I certainly haven't. I used to watch airplanes all the time because I know what you're going to say is because you didn't know what I was looking for, right? That's
Were you
your
looking for that
response.
effect? Were you looking?
Doesn't-
Were you
I don't
looking
need
for
to.
that?
I don't need to. I didn't see it. It doesn't
Were
happen.
you even thinking about it?
But Gary,
at
here's
all?
the thing. Here's
Has
the
it
thing,
ever
though.
crossed
Here's the
your
thing.
little? little
But here's
teeny
the thing, though,
brain.
Gary. Oh, thanks very much. But Gary, here's the thing. I've set this challenge weeks ago, and I kept pestering you about it, and you still haven't provided the evidence. Why, Gary?
And
I
also,
don't need to. I already know
Oh,
it
you
does
don't
because
need
that's
to.
what.
Oh, okay.
Okay, are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to keep over talking me?
no, I just want.
I might
just
just
want.
do that like you did to me last time.
I just want.
Well, let me explain. You never wait
then.
for an explanation.
I
You
just-
just
I
make
just-
fun, yell, and scream like a little girl.
Excuse me.
Well, get
Excuse
on
me.
with it.
Excuse me.
Get on with it.
Matt.
This is fun.
Matt, you were asking me. You were asking me where I live. I live next to Heathrow Airport. Just thought I'd let you know because
Right, go on then, Gary.
I've never seen planes disappear bottom up.
Right, go on then, Gary.
Okay, you know what foreshortening is.
Yes.
Pretty
right, go
sure
on.
that we're.
Okay, describe to me what foreshortening does.
I don't need to, Gary. I'm waiting for you
surface.
to provide the evidence.
Well, if you don't know, I will explain it to
Gary,
you.
Gary, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
No, I'm not
quit
gonna ask you to ask
interrupting. Why are you being such a
either
snob?
So why either provide your evidence of what I've been challenging you to do, or just
I
go
am
away.
presenting
No, you're
the
not.
evidence. I
You're
have to
trying
set up my
explain
case.
something. No, you're not. You
Okay.
haven't. That's not what I've asked for, though, is it? I didn't ask for an explanation of foreshortening, did I, Gary? Did I ask for that? No, I didn't. I asked for evidence.
I'll talk to somebody else. I'm not going to talk to this moron. He won't listen. He's just going to interrupt my explanation.
Okay.
I'll talk to anybody else.
Talk to me then.
Anybody else, but this guy's
Gary,
a
I'm
moron.
talking.
Foreshortening, by
Gary,
the
you're
way.
Matt.
Gary, let me talk.
Okay,
I'm
she's going to attempt to
Gary, I'm
explain it.
I'm talking. Now, can I talk though, please?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you. I will not talk to you if you can't.
You know what,
If you can't
Gary?
stop for 1 minute and
hold
let
on,
me say
hold
my
on.
say, then it's pointless.
Hold on, everybody, or- hold on.
Hold on here, guys.
You're making a
Hey.
shit show
Stream
is what you're
owner
doing.
talking. That means
Gary,
everyone. Go ahead,
Everybody,
Loki.
hold on a second. All right. Now, what were you gonna say, Catchin?
I was going to say that foreshortening is not really pertinent to this because it's a perspective technique in which an artist can create the illusion of objects receding into distance.
And you know why it does that?
It's an illusion of objects receding into distance because
No, it's
things
not
get
an
smaller
illusion.
as they get further away. But foreshortening
It's
is
not
an
an
artist's
illusion.
technique. It's a
Okay,
it's a
may I
technique.
go on now? May I go
Gary,
on now?
I would like Gary. I would like to point something out.
Everybody else again. He does
I
exactly
would like
what
to
he
point. I would like to
complained
point something out, Gary. You're now disagreeing with a former professional artist. Somebody
I didn't
who's
disagree that foreshortening is an art technique. I said that's not what we're talking about here, though. And she doesn't even know why it does it. She just knows it's a technique for making things look far away. She doesn't understand what it
That's
actually
what
does.
foreshortening is. It's not.
Okay, can I go on and now explain how that applies to the bottom of a plane flying away from you?
Yeah, but you still haven't provided the evidence of it, though, Gary. You can sit here all day and just talk a load
Well,
of crap.
you can. Anybody can go out and watch a plane fly over their head on their own. They
And
don't
I
need me
have
to
done
provide
many
evidence.
times, and
I
I've never
can
known
film
anybody
it,
to
and you
explain
weren't
it.
paying attention. Okay, let's finish. May I
God's
talk,
sake.
or is this guy going to just interrupt me?
Well, I've not seen it either.
well, there's a lot of interrupting going on all the way around.
Yeah.
Well, but he's kind of dominating the whole conversation, and he's not going to let me give an answer.
Oh, Gary, come on, don't cry. You're going to go off and cry now? Go on.
No, do I sound like I'm crying?
Matt.
I'm very
Okay, guys,
calm.
hold on. Hold on. Everybody
go.
stop. Loki is
I'm
now
trying
in
not to make
charge
a
and
shit show.
moderating. Gary, shut the fuck up. Loki is moderating this chat.
Eat
And when
shit.
he says somebody's turn is done, somebody can respond. But enough of this stepping on each other when somebody's trying to make a simple point. Let's stop. Loki, take this thing and run, buddy.
Okay. First off, I'm going to define foreshortening with regards to optics in general. Foreshortening is asymmetrical angular compression due to off-axis viewing of a planar surface. In other words, if you take a
that's good.
chessboard, lay it at an angle, it's going to be disproportionate.
Okay, can I ask you a question now? I agree with you. You gave a good definition. Okay, now can I ask you a couple questions and how that I'm going to get to the point of how that affects how you see an airplane flying away from you,
Bullshit.
directly away. No, I will. Okay, if you have a car, let's say you're standing on a road and there's a car to your right, just parked right next to you. Now that car starts driving, you look straight forward and that car starts driving straight parallel with your straightaway line of sight. When that car first is alongside you, you can see the whole side, right? And as that car keeps going straight, what happens to the side? It foreshortens, correct?
Matt?
Until you can only see the back of the car, because it'll foreshorten to a point where you can no longer see the side at all. Right?
Yeah, Matt, you get your hand up.
This is. Well,
no, I'm asking you, Loki Fish, right now. This guy, I don't want to go back to the other guy. No, Loki Fish.
He's told that I can speak now. Thank you very much. Just shut the fuck up, right? I'm going to speak now. This is all completely irrelevant, because that's not what I asked for. I asked you to demonstrate it. These are just words.
I'm giving an example. You don't need an actual film to understand how this works.
Talking over me again.
Very simple.
Gary, let him finish.
Shut up, Dick.
Ooh,
absolutely not. Yeah.
Foul mouth pervert.
Oh, shut up, Gary. We're talking about a moderated chat where people are talking properly. And as soon as I have to shut your punk ass up, you turn to that bullshit, do you?
Is this yours or Loki's?
Okay.
Whose channel is this?
Fucking get him off.
This is Loki's channel. This isn't Dick.
Which means it's not yours, Gary, doesn't it?
Calling people perverts and fucking morons. What a fucking...
Yeah, he's good at that.
Fucking hell.
Nicely
so anyway,
done.
I shall continue if I may.
That was insanely difficult.
He gone.
Yeah. I'll continue if I may.
There's a barman.
He's still going to be listening, right? I'll continue, right? Basically, Gary, that's not what I asked for. I did not ask for an explanation of foreshortening. You're just speaking words. I challenged you weeks ago to demonstrate this. You have not been able to do it. So until you do, it's the same thing with using a sextant and plotting a sextant on a flat Earth that doesn't exist. It's the same fucking thing. So until you can demonstrate either of those, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I don't know anybody that has seen a plane disappearing above the horizon away from the observer. I don't know anybody. I've never seen it either. So you're talking shit, twat.
Matt, you're a pervert.
Venting aside.
Really.
Yeah, I am actually.
Hey, barman, how's it going?
Sorry,
are you muted?
I interrupted. My apologies. I think I've got a bit of lag. No, I was just going to say. I mean, if anyone's watched, one of Gary's videos or read, some of his copy pasting in any live chat, he hasn't got a fucking clue what he's talking about. But he's in that top left area of Dunning-Kruger, isn't it? Where he believes he's so spot on about, how perspective works and all this bollocks, and that it proves his point when it really doesn't. That he's one of those that will never be talked out of flat Earth. I don't think ever. He
never addresses all the other crazy flirtardia points. He just rattles on about this angle crap, like he's got one up on the entirety of mathematicians in the history of the world.
Howdy, barman.
So there's a little dumpster fire for your birthday, Charlie Welsh. Woo-hoo! Gary Wabinga has shown up and proved himself to be absolute human garbage once again.
Here's my issue. Hot. Here's been my issue since day one. I'm sitting there trying to talk with him in various chats and stuff like that from a technical aspect, because he says that he knows what he's doing. He knows more than people that work with optics. So I ask for definition. So if you got two engineers talking and they go, "Hey, could you define this thing for me?" What are you going to get? A standard dictionary definition? Or are you going to get actual calculations and details and the nuts and bolts? You're going to get technical definitions. You're going to get into the nuts and bolts. That's how experts in the field talk.
Don't tell you how to milk cows.
I mean, Gary's
I do know how to milk cows because my parents have a farm.
Handled.
What were you saying, Limey?
Sorry, it's the lag. I don't mean to interrupt. I was just saying, Gary's definitely got the nut part handled of nuts and bolts, but yeah, that's about it.
Is it just me that when Gary left the chat, he disappeared from the bottom up?
I love that.
Highway
hold on a second.
to the vanishing zone.
Oh no,
Hey,
he's still there on the screen.
Sarcastic Barman's here. Let Barman say hello.
Evening all.
Evening.
See, I was sat there and I was like, oh, Loki's live. Let's go and join that while I'm just finishing up some dinner after drinking profusely, as always. And I was literally about to click the link when I heard Gary call Dick a pervert. I thought, is there any point in joining? Because I know he's going to get kicked for that. Because unfortunately, Gary, that's not how adults behave. People who want an actual conversation don't go around calling other people perverts
or morons
just because, or anything. Just because they've been told not to talk over someone. You never know. I did tag you, but if you want to act like an adult and join the adults table instead of the little kiddie flat earth table and be taken seriously, stop acting like a twat.
Yeah, Barman, he got to say his thing in full before somebody responded, and he can't shut up long enough to let them have their response.
Yeah.
You got to stop. It's got to be a fair back and forth. Otherwise,
I did put my hand up, didn't I? I muted myself and put my hand up.
Yeah.
So he went quiet. Lucafish said, I can now speak. So I spoke. And of course, then no, he went and spoke all over me again after complaining that I was speaking over him. Yeah, Gary, that's not how you behave. If you want to, I mean, I wouldn't mind him coming back on. It's all up to you guys.
Gary,
I don't have an issue with it, but he's got to take his turn to actually speak.
Yeah, Gary, if you're willing to take turns and stop interrupting, and we'll guarantee that you get to say your thing uninterrupted too. You can join back in. But as soon as somebody tells you to stop because you're interrupting somebody, if you're going to turn to insults and stuff right away, then, balloon knots are yours for licking, buddy. I mean, I can throw them around with the best. Don't fucking play.
Well, do you want the clear bit that shows that we're all adults on here? And it was just after I joined. Charlie was saying something. Charlie stopped. I don't know whether he took a breath or what, and went to continue. But Triggered Limey went to say something. Triggered Limey heard Charlie speak and stopped. Because Triggered understood that Charlie wasn't finished with the point, or Charlie was continuing a point or something like that. So as an adult, he stopped, let the other person finish their point to then make his point, but also apologize, saying, don't know whether it's the lag or what, but really sorry. Let's continue this conversation. Let's have fun with this. Yeah, it just shows that's how adults behave.
There's a difference between people over talking while in a Google Meet, because it can just get like that sometimes. And just being a dickhead.
I don't know what you're talking
100%.
about.
No.
I love the fact that Matt tried to talk over you then to make the joke just at the end of your sentence that it made no sense.
Oh, you know that bit, Matt, when you
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shut up or I'll mute you. You know that bit where you were trying to get Gary to give you some evidence, and he was saying, I'm not going to talk to this guy. I was trying to jump in and say, look, Matt, I'll take over. And then I was just going to ask him, have you got the evidence that Matt was asking for?
Now I am still anybody there, watching the video, and anybody watching this afterward and stuff like that, I am still looking for a flat earther to debate me on the Sexton. Still looking.
Oh, please, God, yes.
I mean, I got bumped out of 24/7 so many times, and that was supposedly a bot issue, which I doubt. Every time I posted, hey, free Sexton, come on, debate me. In Nathan's server, that gets deleted and I get timed out. Posted on Jim Panda's server, that generally tends to get insults and nothing much else. I'm still looking.
I told Arwen about it, but he just slapped himself and banged his head on the wall.
You mean not even
if you want a flat earther to debate you, Loki, I can go get one of the neighbors to run over my head repeatedly with their car, and then I could probably do that.
Anyway, having a little dumpster fire every now and again kind of does a channel bit of good because everybody likes a bit of dumpster for a little while.
Well, I mean, FTFE's channel is all dumpster fire.
He's all dumpster,
he's doing really well.
It wasn't even a fire; it was like a severe flare.
Yeah, I'm surprised Spurs Chemo won't debate you and trying to put across the point that the sexton, because he can make the argument that the sexton is a religious icon.
What?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
If you don't watch the Spurs debate, that's how he goes. Yeah. Everything is religious, so therefore the sextant must be a religious item.
Barman, every time you show up, I'm forced to drink more alcohol. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm a bottle of Jaeger in and eating the wife's pizza because she's fallen asleep drunk.
Boy,
I was scared when you said eating the wife's. I was quite scared.
Is he still on Gem Panda's channel? Well, actually, it's not Gem Panda's channel, and it's Spurs Chemo's channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's all about him. It's always him. Him. That's why I left.
No, it's not about him. It's about what other people think. Because that's a direct quote from Spurs.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not allowed.
Don't go get run over by a car, Lammy. For fuck's sake, it was a joke.
No, I mean, one of the things that I've been dropping in comments on, like Nathan Oakley's videos and stuff like that is the whole, how they like to argue modus tollens all the time. If not P then Q then blah blah blah. Well, if you applied their same argument to the sextant and celestial navigation's impossible. It can't be done if the Earth's flat. It's as simple as that. But they seem to totally miss that part.
Yep.
Yeah, real cygnus if P then Q. And the argument with that is, well, the Nautical Almanac has been used successfully for centuries for celestial navigation and uses Earth's radius. So we have Earth's radius. If there's no Earth's radius, there is no accurate celestial navigation with an almanac.
Even more amusing than that, the almanacs show different exact positions for the stars over different editions, showing that the stars move, which is even more of a kick up the ass for fucking flat earthers.
Yes. I'm actually... Once I clear out some space, I am in the process of downloading every available copy of the almanac since it was first published in 1767.
Oh, you're going to have to put that on a nice thing we can all steal.
Loki.
Borrow.
Loki, check your PMs on Discord from me. I just sent you comedy gold. You know those talking heads and stuff we do? Oh, there's some new ones coming. Oh yeah. Tommy Gronvold, you are the fucking man. I love it. Oh, dear God. We have a picture of Why Bother? I'm not kidding. And it's so funny. Oh.
Quick, screen share.
Hold on, I'm looking at some of the shit that Colon sent me. He's like, "You get a shit show, and you get a shit show, and you get a shit show." It's like,
I want to see. I love having nightmares before I go to sleep.
No, you never want to look at the stuff Colon sends you because fuck my life. Most of the time, it's just why, Colon, why?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think so. I think a lot of the stuff that he sends me is great. I love it.
It is, but you do want to headbutt the table afterwards, or maybe he just hates me and sends me worse stuff than you.
Oh, Barman, did you? I tagged you in a tweet. It was about some extreme environmentalists mourning after the death of a tree. I thought that might be something you could do. You could look into.
I'm sorry,
yes,
what
I did
now?
see that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Moaning.
Yeah. It was a TikTok morning.
Yeah, like wailing after a funeral, literally going, "Oh, tree, we miss you. Oh, God."
I've not done much this week. I've been too busy to do anything. I'm still waiting to do when I get a chance, some lyrics for, not lyrics, a script for Blue Earth Marble. Blue Earth.
Yeah, same.
Oh, my word.
Blue Earth Marble.
It's
At least you all know who I meant, though.
All right, guys, hold on a second. We have a very special guest.
It's not Gary.
Hello, guys. So this is me, Kalia, Loki Fish, the daughter of Loki Fish Mars. And I have something to tell you guys. Like Loki Fish Mars was trying to say, I really appreciate how you helped Daddy, how you helped Loki Fish Mars get 300 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, Daddy, Loki Fish Mars. So, was this 300 subscriber thing a goal for you?
Yes, it was.
So, you were planning to get 300 subs?
My next plot is to get 3 million, but I need to steal all the Bitcoin first.
No. I think your next goal should be 3,000.
Deal.
Realistic 1,000.
So,
I love it.
If you would guys like, you can help Loki Fish Mars get a bigger goal and get 3,000 subscribers.
Done. We'll do that.
And if you are able to do that, then I appreciate it.
What will you do if we get him to 3,000 subscribers? Will you do something if we do?
Shave his head?
Well,
Yeah.
well, we might.
Shave your daddy's head. Shave your daddy's head.
No. Shave off one eyebrow.
Shave off one eyebrow.
One eyebrow?
Yeah, one of your eyebrows, Loki. She gets to shave off one of your
that
eyebrows.
would actually make a really good YouTube short.
It would.
You know?
All right, so that's the goal then. That's the goal then. Give me the 3,000 and I'll shave off an eyebrow.
So, by the way, there is going to be and Loki Fish Mars is doing a free sextant giveaway to anyone who knows how to use a sextant
On Flat Earth.
Yep.
On Flat Earth. And if they know how to use it, then if you know how to use one and you have proof, then you can go ahead and you can go ahead and contact us on a private maybe a private meeting where it's just you and me.
She's awesome.
Thank you, honey.
My parents were laughing in the background. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, off to bed, honey. Good night.
That was cool.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
And like I said, thank you for having Daddy get to 300 subscribers. And I see comments.
Yep. Well, off to bed. You have school in the morning, honey.
Thank you.
That is so cute. That is so cute.
Yeah, so adorable. So adorable. She shills my channel better than I do.
Yeah.
By the way, if we get to 3,000 subscribers, we might do a challenge called
Shave Daddy's eyebrow off.
Yeah,
yes.
Blindfolded.
Blindfolded.
In the dark.
Loki,
with a spoon.
Is there a time frame on this? Like, do you have to hit the 3,000 subs?
Oh, shave my eyebrow off blindfolded. Okay.
See, yeah, I think we just
what's the time frame? Because I want to put this out on a community post.
Oh God.
I think.
What'd you say her name was, Loki?
Crop it.
Little Miss Mars is very cute. That was awesome.
Little Miss
She
Mars.
is the Empress of Mars.
Yeah. Oh, the Empress of Mars. We'll call her the Empress then. Yeah. And the Empress is.
Should we just say by the end of March? Yeah. If we can get you to 3,000 subs by the end of March, you need to shave off one of your eyebrows.
That's
on video.
Lie me.
And if he doesn't, you have to shave both off.
Oh, too better.
Yes.
The end of March of which year?
By eyebrow, Loki, is she still there?
No, she's off to bed.
Okay, so by eyebrow, we do mean testicle, right? I mean, can we all be honest now?
With a spoon, like you said, Dick, with a spoon.
Mononut Mars.
Well, 3,000 by end of March. I'll do it live. I will shave off an eyebrow. I will shave off one of my eyebrows live.
The scary thing is, I think if we all crop that section of this live stream, that you agreeing that if by March you don't get 3,000 subs, if you get 3,000 subs by the end of March, and all stuck it on post and got it going out, everything like that, and got one big channel to pick it up, you'd be shaving off an eyebrow. If we then added that Wad and Toad said at 4,000 you should also shave off the other eyebrow, I can see you having 5,000 by the end of this month.
Oh God!
I think we can make it happen really quick. I'm also going to message Simon Dan to see if he can put it out there as well.
That's going to be my first short.
I'm tempted on that. Colon also says, he thinks I've ruined your life.
Hey, I got a cool shout out here. Science It Out, who's in the chat right now, is probably, hopefully, damn near close to joining us tomorrow for pub chat.
Hey,
nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so, everybody watching, give him some pressure right now, at Science It Out and say, hey, you got to be on the Shills pub chat tomorrow. Come on, let's make this happen.
Science It Out. I bet you won't.
I'll do it. Science It Out. Wait, I'll do the
CGI expert.
Nice.
Science It Out. I know you
Greetings,
live on
Commander.
Earth. I can find you.
Well, gentlemen, I've got to head off, but thank you so much for having me. And I hope that this continues to be a good celebration of our 300 subscribers. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Night, cats.
Bye, cats. See you later.
Night.
Well, we got another guest.
Yes, Commander 401's in the house.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Yes,
oh, yeah. Coming through good.
Good.
Oh, that's great, because last time I was in Meets, it really didn't work well.
Yeah, no, you're good now. All good. Cool.
Clear as a bell.
I just wanted to say congratulations, Loki.
Thank you. Yeah, the
And
shout
I
out,
Commander.
Avatar.
the shout out
Wouldn't
from
you
the other
agree,
content-
Commander, that
Hold on.
Loki's under sub 300? This is a joke, and we've got to do something about this. Shout out time, indeed, right?
Right. And I was going to compliment you on the work on those shields. I mean, actually, did you use Photoshop or did you use something like, I know how to do that, but it's not exactly easy.
I did it all in GIMP. It's over 20 layers.
Nice.
And
Nice.
GIMP doesn't have the proper perspective 3D mapping that Photoshop does. So this actually took a couple hours to get done.
Couple hours of 20
awesome
layers
work.
is couple hours of 20 layers is good going.
When it comes to layers, Loki, some of those Shills intros, we don't use them now. We're using them as the trailers, right?
Yeah.
Some of those video tracks have like 130 fucking video tracks in them. It's unbelievable. When you go back and you have to edit something because, something changed or whatever in the group, you never know, right? It's a nightmare just trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to change. It's crazy. But you have to go to that extent to get it done right, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's part of the reason why on all my sets, like my standard bridge set where you have Earth rotating in the background, stuff like that, that's actually a single layer. What I did was I did a green screen with the Earth rotation, shot a video of that long enough, then linked up the rotation just right so it doesn't really glitch too bad when it loops, and it's just on a loop. It's a 20-minute video on a loop.
Cool.
And
Who's this
Commander?
Anthony guy in the chat saying we're got no guts?
The animated avatar you use, is that like tracking your camera and like actually doing what you're doing? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, but it's not perfect, and I actually quit out of it to reset it because it was making my neck and the eyes weren't tracking, so it's not perfect.
We want to start doing something like that so we can have our avatars animated sitting around the table or hanging out in the pub and whatnot on the sets, right?
Yeah, that would be, nice. And remember that thing private message you where I put this avatar behind the table? All this is being done live, and that penguin thing. And Loki, I think I might do a tutorial on how I animated, just used the sound to animate the mouth on that penguin where I'm working on I'm trying to make a just a piss take on the idea that the UN guards the Antarctic Circle, and I've got animated penguins, but you could probably use the same thing, and it
really does look awesome how you can tell your emotions on your avatar.
Yeah, I mean, eventually what I want to do is push this to like Unreal Engine 3 or 4, 3D model the figurine that I have and have like a ship and actually be able to interact a little bit more, things like that. But I mean, that's a ways off. As far as the voice response with my avatar here, that's just a basic on-off.
Well, that's what the penguin thing is, but it's more animated because Blender you can bake an F curve so that you can get more realistic. You just set a limit on the motion and it looks a little bit better. And if you're doing something recorded rather than live, I'm sorry if I'm just talking nerd or 3D guy. And no one's understanding.
It's all cool. Because before I switched to this simple on-off, I was using the spectralizer trick and had 7 different layers for spectralizer keyed into specific bands, so that your S's are a bit more in the high frequency, and the way the mouth forms with that, and versus your D's and T's and stuff like that. And it was actually a lot smoother. It was just a pain in the ass.
That's what you meant by that. You told me that once, and I was like, I wasn't catching on. Why are you using a spectralizer just for voice levels? Because I thought you were doing it more basic. I get it now. For anybody who doesn't know, too, in the Shills Discord server, every so often you'll see posts from Commander 401 making us up a fucking awesome ship for these intros and trailers and stuff that I like to do. And there's going to be some killer new things coming up. Totally wicked.
I was working on that before I came upstairs. I had to... I'm going to see if I can't pull the file up because I brought the hard drive with the ship, with me. Let me see if I can find it and put it on OBS because I'm streaming this to OBS.
Okay, cool.
Just a second.
And Mipit's here.
Mipit's here. Yes, Mipit is here. Thank you for joining.
Hey, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit crazy today.
Mipit.
How you doing? I've just jotted down a quick limerick for you, actually for both of you, Loki and the birthday boy. So we'll go with Loki first. There once was a Loki fish from Mars whose spaceship had plenty of bars. He became a shell after taking the red pill. Now wants to blow up the stars.
That was nice.
Okay, now birthday boy. There was a birthday boy named Charlie who wanted to ride a Harley. He had a giant cake that the Shills did bake, but forgot there was a woman inside named Carly.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I'm wondering why that cake started smelling funny.
Loki, I'm finding you 5 shill bucks right now for not having the snippet with Mipit animation ready.
All good.
How you doing, Mippet?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit croaky. I've had a bit of a sort of coldy thing, but yeah, we're good.
Good.
So on with the show. Come on.
Mippet, your Google round avatar, the one you got right now there on screen, is still by far the best piece of graphic work I've ever done in my life.
I love it. Yeah, I love my avatar. It's cool. I've still got to change it on YouTube, I think, but I'm getting there.
And I'm still a punk.
Oh no! Didn't you see? Hold on.
No? I've already seen
Matt.
You had the old set on, haven't you?
Well, no. I the last time on the shills, I had your new spaceman avatar on. That really cool one I showed you when you were in hospital.
Oh, I didn't even see. Yeah, you did show a new, not nude.
I know.
It's now a penis in a spacesuit.
And what's wrong?
But I'll do you a proper round one with the face and everything, like Mippets and Barmans and Charlies and whatnot coming up too.
Cool. Yeah, because that one you showed me was really cool. I never saw it on the last one. Never saw it.
The one thing I got to do is
just a second. I feel extremely honored. There's a Professor Phil Bell in the chat.
Professor Phil Bell.
Wow.
Phil, if you got any time, the link is the pinned comment in the live chat there. We'd love to have you on.
You're a pinned comment. Don't ask.
But Matt, the one thing I want to do is I need a proper good picture of your face because I want to put your face slightly cartooned in the helmet.
Oh yeah, I can give you that. No, I can do that for you. No problem.
Right? Because that'll be way cool then, right?
Yeah. Would it make it easier if I was on a white background or something? Would that make it easier?
No, it would make it easier if you were attractive, but you know, beggars can't be choosers.
He is attractive.
Nobody said that was a criteria for being on the shills of being attractive. I thought it was just being I thought it was being ugly. I thought being ugly, and I was in. That was it.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
you're all
because then
ugly,
you fit in with the rest of us. But
exactly. And being as well.
The only criteria to being in the shills is you need a deficiency in your life in some way. So, Barman's an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a quitter.
They can't just own it and accept it, you know?
Too fucking right.
Yeah, Bom's not a quitter. He's not going to AA. Stuff like that.
Hell no. I can't afford to go to AA. It means having a day off.
Not unless there's an open bar.
To everybody in the chat, I'm going to drop a link to a channel. This is Logical Shri. It's like a 14-year-old kid doing debunks. I came across this today. I'm like, holy cow, this is awesome. This kid is amazing.
Yeah.
For anybody,
he's funny. He's good.
For anybody who's been in the debunk scene long enough, this kid is Young Blue Skeptic 2.0.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant. It just, I was really impressed. And of course he has more subs than I do, but hey, I don't give a damn. Still, sub to his channel too.
Hey man, when it comes to YouTube, shilling is living.
Yep. So what do?
But one thing that Shri will not do, or well, at least hasn't done, is agreed to shave off one of his eyebrows if he gets to 3,000 subs, which Loki Fish has. So make sure everyone share Loki's channel with everyone, random strangers when you're out shopping. You know, well, no, I was going to say pull a Thompson and start yelling at kids in the playground. Probably not a good idea.
And remember, folks.
Oh God, I just thought of something. FTFE hasn't put out his Sextant Challenge video yet.
Oh yeah, got that to come. That could get to 1,000 easily.
If he, but if FTFE finds out about this whole 3,000 shaving eyebrow thing, he's probably going to put that in the video too.
I just want to remind everybody: eyebrow is a euphemism for testicle.
In your dictionary, maybe.
On this live stream.
Is he going to do the testicle? Is he going to do the testicle live though? That's the thing. I mean, I'm not sure. I want to see.
I'm a bit concerned though, because Dick has often boasted how he can lick his eyebrows.
I have more of the question that if he's on about shaving his testicles, who doesn't shave their testicles anyway? Are you on about he's actually got to cut his testicle off?
Ooh.
Martians, due to religious reasons, are not allowed to shave the pubic area. I can't go into it any more than that.
But they're lizards, so, well, they're insects, so do they actually have any hair on their pubic area?
And do they have a testicle?
There is that as well.
Yeah.
You will regret asking that question.
I regret most things I do on these streams, to be fair.
For the answer to that question, check out OnlyFans, Loki Fish Mask. All right, I need to shoot though, guys. It's quite late and I'm shattered. But anyway, congrats, Loki, again. It's fantastic. And yes, don't worry, I'm gonna be getting the word out to a lot of people.
Yeah,
let me get the razor ready.
He just wants to see your testicle. That's all it is.
Well,
that's the truth of it.
You assume that I haven't already.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Never thought of that one.
Yeah, but you haven't seen the other 15.
Where does he keep them all?
In his bum.
That's a secret.
It's got a marsupial.
Oh, dear.
Limey, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Limey.
Have a good night, all.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Well, this party really died.
You know how in Europe there's the term Brazilian, and it's the little landing strip one might, shave into themselves. Well, Woden Toad was just talking about having to shave the triangle in, and that is now the shilzillion.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, geez.
All the internal angles.
I think I like Brazilian better.
I like that, actually. Yeah.
Is Woden Toad ever actually been, like live on the panel before?
Yes.
She has.
She came through an after show.
Oh, did she?
Oh,
yes.
And
she's been on Uncalled For.
Yeah, she's been uncalled for a couple of times as well.
It wasn't so long ago when I first got getting to know her. I thought it was a he, to be honest with you. Do you remember I said he? It's a she, all shit.
Well, got the attitude of an angry man who can't stand stupid. That's for sure. Like, wow.
Waddington's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Woden Toad's running the ground crew on the Shills channel now, which is all kinds of fun. You've got to, get into the Discord and check it out.
I need to step away for two reasons. One, I need more coffee, and two, the kitten just locked himself in the studio. He shut the door and now he went out.
What a
alrighty.
Yeah.
What?
Firstly,
so while I'm gone,
coffee, why? Why coffee? It's alcohol o'clock.
Well, that's because I don't have any alcohol here. And as far as Tharks go, Martians, we are like 90% caffeine in our blood.
Sorry, I'm confused.
Yeah, Barman is confused, right? Because he thinks that everybody
not just him
lives in a pub. That's what he thinks the whole world lives in a pub.
Or not? I don't get the point of no alcohol. It's like, well,
barman.
I have a barman.
That happened to me once when I was 12.
I have a 30-year-old bottle of Grand Marnier, and that's it. Or Glenmorangie, and that's it. I only drink that on special occasions.
It is special. I'm here, and I'm very special. That's what my parents told me anyway.
Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie is what I brush my teeth with.
So I will be back in a couple minutes, and while I'm gone, we'll put this show in dick mode.
Yeah, I do have to make the joke.
Fuck you! Fuck!
I have to make the joke that DKG saying he brushes his teeth with Glenmorangie. DKG, you're British. You don't have any teeth.
You're not far wrong, actually. They're all falling out. Maybe it's the Glenmorangie.
The textures actually did not pack right into the file, so I'll just post a render of it from the computer downstairs, but it was the whole thing was the default pink, and I don't have a copy of the textures on this computer.
Commander, I would blame Loki right now. Look at this flurfical vertical video feed nonsense just to piss me off. I swear to God, I'm vibrating right now. Son of a bitch.
Kinky.
Anyway, you know, Glenmorangie might not be a very good toothpaste, but you'd be had a lot of fun all morning, wouldn't you? Because you'd be pissed, so it'd be quite good. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Yay. Alcohol.
Loki, fix this. Fuck.
He's gone. He can't. He's away. You're just gonna have to close your eyes or something and not see
He's
it.
gone for a quick tank.
Just turn your
vertical capture sucks.
Dick, just turn your head to the right a little bit, and then you'd be fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all good.
It doesn't work that way. There's still black and I hate it with every fiber of my being.
So everybody, what they need to do, everybody's in the chat. They need to send Dick any photos, videos, and everything else that's in this format to him on Discord as often as you possibly can.
Send Dick photos?
Yes.
No, TikTok is the enemy, and it was literally the spawn of hell. And vertical video is evil, and it's awful. And please don't succumb to it. Stop.
Yes, do more of it. Do more.
So don't take a picture.
Well, I just came back, and hearing that, I'm going to do the rest of the stream this way.
Okay, well, I'm hiding your feed, and I'm not watching on YouTube anymore. I can't do this. I can't look at that. You're evil. You're just horrible.
It could be worse.
Mm-mm.
Could it?
Yeah, he could be like duplicating an Orphan Red stream with the laughter and everything. He could be doing an Orphan Red stream, but from the neck up. It takes away the two best parts of an Orphan Red stream.
Orphan head.
No, just do the neck down is better. Forget the head.
What's the most common syllable heard in an Orphan Red stream? Ding.
I didn't know she was still around.
She did a video a while ago after What's It died, but there hasn't been much. Who am I thinking of?
We have IB Hunter in the chat.
Super Rats, is
Hey.
it? Super Rats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, IB.
IB Hunter.
Sorry, we were chatting here. IB and I were chatting here a couple days back about how we end up trading out who comments on these out of focus stars videos. He'll comment on one, and then I'll comment on one, and then he'll comment on the next. It's actually kind of funny.
That, Loki, that whole out of focus star thing, how does that happen? How is one so unbelievably delusional that they can go to the store and buy themselves a Nikon P something or other, 900, 1000 or whatever, and then proceed to zoom in on an object that takes something like the Keck telescope to show you really well and go, why doesn't it look right? Like, seriously? Are they now telescope deniers?
No,
because
they know.
They think it's their claim is, well, here's proof of NASA CGI because I took this out of focus shot of a star or a planet. And this is what stars and planets really look like. And then when they go to do examples of actual astrophotography, they don't use actual astrophotography. They use artistic representations.
Yeah,
as their proof. And the funny thing is there's been a few flat earthers in the flat earth community that have called them out on this shit and go ape shit when they post videos like this. And they're just like, you can always tell which flat earther is a grifter, a con man, and trying to just scam you out of your money and spouting bullshit. How do you tell? They post out of focus photos and videos of stars. And I would have to agree with them. I'd have to agree with them.
It's unbelievably hard to believe that you could be stupid enough to think that little camera in the palm of your hand is anywhere close to, you know, even just like a 6-inch light bucket with, you know, like a standard set of eyepieces. Come on. Really? Look at the difference in size.
But the funny thing is if you have like a Nikon P1000 and you put it on a tracking mount and you know what you're doing, I've seen shots of like the Orion Nebula and stuff like that look like they came out of like a little 4-inch scope or like a 130 scope with a cheap cam. You know, when somebody just starting out in astrophotography. So the camera is capable. It's just you need to know how to use the damn thing.
Yeah, you can't just put it in automatic mode and zoom in and go, look, that's fucking weird. Yeah, I agree there. But even still, you know, they know that other people have these toys, and to compare just the physical differences and not think, you know what I mean?
I don't know a huge amount about photography, but from what I've been told about the P900 or P1000, they both have got really good zoom, but apparently the sensor is probably one of the worst sensors you can get.
Yeah, it's just a little postage stamp.
So what makes them think that they could possibly use that for astrophotography in any shape or form? I'm like, you know, if you're going to do proper astrophotography, you need a decent camera on a decent telescope, and then, do some astrophotography. But
yeah, you take a DSLR and put it on a mount to a proper light bucket and whatnot with like a good sensor in it, and holy, the world's your oyster, or the cosmos. I mean, but you know what I mean? Like it's good then. Wow.
Oh, that's a good start.
I was going to say reflecting telescopes. When Newton invented the reflecting telescope, it was basically better than some of this little thing that you could hold in the palm of your hands. The first reflecting telescope was actually better than.
Oh yeah, it was a marvel at the time, wasn't it? It was an absolute marvel. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
In the chat said he's dealing with somebody that swears the moon does 180-degree rotation. That wouldn't be Angry Catfish Briggs, would it?
Oh, that guy.
Because you'll never see my comments on his videos because he hides them all.
I love pointing out to flat earthers that would go, oh, yeah, but the moon, it could be flat. You never know, except we see more than you would see just off either a flat or a sphere, because that slight wobble, we see more than half of it over its entire rotation, and that really seems to annoy the shit out of them.
Yeah, but
called lunar libration.
Angry Catfish Briggs is a special kind of stupid.
See, I don't understand how someone can sit there and claim that the moon rotates 180 degrees when you can just look at it with your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
I can't believe that people think the world is flat.
It's the whole field rotation thing of an object as it moves across your field of view from left to right or right to left. So you'll end up having, let's say you take a basketball, paint half of it black so you see it, you know, down the center, and you rotate it above you across your field of view. You end up getting field rotation. I mean, that's just some basic shit. That's basic astronomy, basic photography too.
Look at it this way, Loki. I mean, all you have to do is go to somewhere where there's not a lot of light pollution and just simply draw what you see on the moon. Do that once a week for 6 months straight and tell me that motherfucker's rotating 180 degrees and you know what I mean? Come on.
No, he's saying that his claim is that it happens every night. That the moon cartwheels 180 degrees every night.
Oh, that's not even worth responding to. What?
That's like all those eclipses out at sea.
And all it is field rotation. And he says that he'd pay out $1,000 for anybody that provided him a NASA link that said otherwise. And I linked him to NASA Technical Documents server where NASA Ames Research, Lockheed Martin, 2 mount manufacturers and 3 major observatories said it's field rotation if you're not using an EQ mount.
And of course,
it would have to be.
Of course, he didn't pay you the $1,000 though, did he? Of course, he didn't.
No, he accused me of being a murderer.
What? How?
Yes.
What?
Don't know. Accused me of being a murderer, and I have screenshots of the entire comment thread.
Because
who did you
you're
murder?
a murderer because you stretched your own personal finances to help rescue a cat that a goddamn shelter gave up on. Is that the murderer you are? Holy God, man, that's disgusting.
Did he divulge who you're supposed to have murdered?
My ex-wife.
No, just a random comment and murderer. Okay.
You're a murderer.
Future wife.
Yeah, I wish.
To be fair, it's not any worse than Gary's comment of Dick's a pervert.
Yeah.
Hey,
How do I become?
Well,
how do I become a pervert? Because I'm telling him to shut up and let somebody finish their comment because, we let him finish his. How does that happen? That was fucked up.
Dick, I've got to let you to a secret, though. I've got to confess something. He's kind of right. You are a pervert. So, I'm joking.
Hey.
That's kind of what got me going on the shills is when he called me a pervert.
Angry Catfish Briggs makes Nathan Oakley look civil.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's a motherfucker.
He's doxed people live.
I was in one of his live shows for about 20 minutes, Loki, and when I first found him, and I didn't realize that he was a horrific piece of garbage because he was in one of those moments where he wasn't saying anything ridiculous. It was just funny because this guy is just an oddball, right? And then the shit started to fly, and I was like, holy God, where am I? What the hell? He's a serious fucking weirdo, man.
And the sad thing is I've watched and actually liked some of his videos where he's been just sitting there blowing glass. And he does good work. He does really nice glass blowing work.
Yeah.
Then again, if he's using leaded glass, that would explain why he's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too much Roman Empire in the guy, I think, then, eh?
A little bit too much glass sucking rather than blowing.
Yeah, and it's one of those. Yeah, well, actually, what's funny is if you sit there and you watch one of his live streams where he's just blowing glass and smoking up and all, it's really cool because he plays some kick-ass music in the background.
Whose glass? Is that his boyfriend?
I don't know if he's made one of those.
Sorry.
Yet. No, all good. I don't know if he's made one of those yet, but I've watched him work, and I mean, I used to hang out with the glassblower, the artisan crowd in Oregon, so I've seen real good work, and he does amazing work and all. It's just when he gets into the other shit, it's like, damn.
Yeah, that boy ain't right. There's something real wrong with that guy, but he does know a few things about a few things that he can do, right?
Yeah. John Rapp said in the chat, the moon only appears to rotate 180 degrees at the equator. At the poles, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Because he also goes, at the poles, it doesn't. And in between, it rotates according to your latitude. Yes, exactly. When I had my old channel, I made public a simple clock compass tool. Just basically, it's just a little printout. You cut out a hole. You always have north facing north. You check the moon at rise. You check the moon at set. You double the number, and guess what? That's your latitude. And it only works if the damn moon's not physically cartwheeling.
It almost sounds like you're reading from an almanac right now, to be honest.
Well, actually, the funny thing is in emergency navigational situations, a crescent moon is a navigational tool because it always points due south.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's just I kind of had an interest in that, but never really, like you're doing the sextant stuff and all of that. I kind of had an interest in trying to get a telescope. I never bothered. I'm sorry if I'm...
No, you're all good. You're all good, man. Like I said, it's an open panel thing.
But a lot of that stuff, if you know how everything rotates around everything else, it's intuitive.
Yes, it is.
And it's awesome.
Now, the funny thing is Angry Catfish Briggs is a former quartermaster.
Wow.
A naval navigator. And he thinks this...
He's full of shit and probably just trying to bilk people for cash.
It's possible. It's possible.
It's hard to find a different explanation because the two are in completely, diverse of each other. They're polar opposites.
Yeah. Because a lot of these things are taught in the quartermaster training manuals. So it's not like it wasn't gone over. Chan Rapp says in the chat, did you see where he says field rotation is a camera setting? Yeah, he's gone after me about that too. And I told him that find the field rotation camera setting, find that setting on my Nikon F Photomic. In fact, I will send you the 1969 service manual for it.
It's under W.
It's under W? Okay.
Yeah, for what the fuck.
Sorry. Exactly. Now that makes sense. That's why I couldn't find it. Yeah, he's special.
Oh God.
Ba-boom. So horrible.
The word special, when looked up in the dictionary, definitely has a picture of that guy.
Dana Carvey spatial.
And yeah, that's just some of the crap that we run into. And IB Hunter probably knows about the Briggs versus Briggs thing from a year or two back. Because there was somebody whose last name was Briggs, and Angry Catfish Briggs kept accusing this guy of pretending to be him and shit, and that was the guy that he ended up doxing live. And he's gone after Daz the cameraman and a couple of other people. He threatened me a number of times about doxing. I'm like, oh, you gonna dox me and get me fired?
Wow.
Well, let me talk to my wife and see what she says.
That's what I'm waiting for.
In the U.S. government.
I'm waiting for a guy to come up or a female, any person to go, oh, I'm going to phone your boss and tell them what you do. Really now? You're going to phone me and tell me I'm a cock. That's lovely.
You've literally made public, the Mill Pub and whatnot and blah, blah, so many times, right?
Yeah. And I've never had anyone sort of come back on it and go, oh, yeah, we're going to do anything. It's just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean,
I was in a live stream with some fucking wankers years ago, and they threatened to dox me, and so I just put my name and address in the chat. You know what happened? You know what happened? They threatened to kill me and everything. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, barman, so somebody decides, okay, I'm going to take him up on it. I'm going to show up there. I'm going to walk in and, oh, he's kind of big.
Yeah. But you keep a rounder's bat behind the bar? Yep, because that's all I need to be able to reach to hit you in the face.
Big and hammered.
I've had many drunken chats with the barman, and I wouldn't hesitate for a moment to conclude without a shadow of a doubt that he can definitely clean that bar out when he fucking wants to. So,
Yeah, you don't stand in front of... The best one I've ever had was a guy drunk at the World Cup. And he was a big bloke. I mean, he worked in a lumberyard and things like that. So shoulders that are sort of like, oh, okay. And he was all drunk and I was relatively sober. And, oh, fucking hell. Even thinking about it myself now, going back to it. And he goes, oh, why don't we come over here and discuss this? I just went, I'm sorry, but I'm not that worried about my penis size to have a fight with you, and walked off. And I thought, please don't come after you. You're like 6 foot something and broke like a brick shit house. But yeah, it was more having the bollocks to say that shit.
That's right.
Yeah. But fucking
a lot of time standing your ground and saying the right thing and taking control of the moment ends it before anything happens. And you can walk away going, I look like the man right now, and literally I was shitting bricks.
Yes. I had a situation like that. It was I'd say April 2020. I was in Target. I had the video that Thunderfoot put out that had that montage of Trump lying through his teeth about the virus for 3 months. And then some Karen with a little red hat comes and tells me to shut it off. And I tell him no. And he says, I'm going to take that from you. So immediately I basically go to the front of the store and he's chasing me. So I'm saying, if this guy beats the shit out of me, I want to make it expensive. So I start going, sorry, Israel, Israel, basically wind up singing a song in Hebrew. So now we get to the front of the store and he says, are you an America, Israel hating, America hating Muslim? And I said, no, that's Hebrew. And he says, well, Donald Trump's Israel's best friend. And I'm like, dude, he put Mr. 666 Fifth Avenue. And by the way, he's filming this at this point. He put Jared Kushner, Mr. I owned 666 Fifth Avenue, in charge of negotiating a peace agreement between Israel and many nations. He's our friend. And he says, I'm going to put this on the internet. And I'm saying, go ahead. You're chasing someone through the Target who's singing songs in Hebrew. You call him an Israel-hating, America-hating Muslim. And then he points out that your bully idol put Mr. 666 Fifth Avenue in charge of basically something that the Antichrist in the Christian tradition is supposed to do. Not to mention that in Daniel chapter 7, verse 8 and Daniel chapter 8, verse 9, the word used for the little horn, that is the villain of the Hanukkah story, and the Antichrist in the Christian tradition, the word is Karen. You know, it's EH, but the H is silent. And when you say it, you can't help but say Karen. So obviously he didn't, he wanted to take things outside at that point, and they threw his ass out. I hope I didn't bug anyone with that. But it didn't come to blows.
It didn't come to blows. It sounds like it really could have.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Thanks for having me on, and congratulations to 300. And let's hope we see you at 3,000 by the end of the month.
Yay, eyebrows.
You just want to see me shave my eyebrow.
Yeah,
testicles.
I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Limey already did a community post about it.
I can, oh God, I can live without seeing the testicles being shaven, but the eyebrows, yeah, I could do that. But anyway, thanks very much, and good night.
Thanks for
dropping by. Night.
He's secretly drooling right now over watching your testicles being shaved. Kid you not.
Eyebrows.
Testicles.
Related to what Commander 401 was talking about. My daughter got off the bus the other day and came up to me and goes, "Did you know Joe Biden invented coronavirus and everybody that supports him is a murderer?"
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
What the fuck? Where did you get this from?
That's bullshit.
Well, this other kid told me that. What? Holy... So my immediate thought went back to the discussion that I was having with a flat earther about indoctrination and telling people lies and misinformation. And his response, and the flat earther's response was, show me evidence where misinformation has ever harmed children.
I think that would be it.
The kid that told my daughter this is in the first fucking grade, and if he keeps being told crap like this and keeps thinking shit like this, it directly affects how he perceives and interacts with the world.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like there hasn't been enough damn shootings in the U.S. where people have gone, well, you know, them damn super secret liberals or super secret this or super secret that. Not like that hasn't caused shootings in the U.S.
That's the kind of crap that eventually led to World War II and all of Hitler's bullshit. Conspiracy theories. He filled the Germans full of them. Germany was a relatively progressive and open society. Well, everyone here probably knows this story. And Friedrich Nietzsche, he wrote a book that you wouldn't be surprised with the title, the book, The Antichrist, where basically he wanted to crush all kindness and empathy out of society. Friedrich Nietzsche, I think he declared Jews to be communists, Christians to be socialists. He coined the slogan of the Third Reich before Hitler was even born. And all this rhetoric actually goes back to Nietzsche and Hitler and that bullshit. It's the exact same rhetoric. Marx was raised a Jew. Now, I'm not endorsing Marxism, but the idea that one day you want a world where there's equality and no want and everyone can eat and everything like that, no scarcity, that's part of a messianic vision. The road Marx wanted to take to get there didn't work out so well, but there's this altruistic morality within Judaism and in Christianity that these assholes conflate with, because, and it's going to lead to disaster. I'm actually working on saving some money. I want to leave the United States. I am actually quite afraid. I ran into all of this BS almost 10 years ago, where this entire building full of white men with gray hair, they were actually scared that they were going to be, remember when Obama first got in office and Glenn Beck was talking about FEMA death camps for the white Christians? These people actually believe that shit. It's just incredible.
This is,
it is.
What
it's
you're
scary.
saying right now. Oh, sorry, Loki. What you're saying right now is some of the biggest reasons that sometimes Canadians watch what's going on in social media news and so on in, the Southern Americas and just go, what the fuck? Like that whole thing with QAnon spruing up and whatnot. I'm like, in this day and age, how can social media be this bad?
Well, see, the thing is I was involved in the conspiracy community back during the Clinton administration. But the conspiracies then were people handing out papers, shit they printed out. And the stuff that I was involved in was government conspiracies. Who's actually pulling the strings, behind the president and Congress and things like that. So some of the shit went way out there, but there was a core truth. But the thing is that's also back when they started that, the liberals are going to take all our guns. The liberals are going to take all our guns. And every time, every year, you hear the same damn thing. And it's just evolved from there. And it hasn't helped that the political environment in the U.S. has turned into a goddamn NASCAR race. It's turned into a sporting event. You got this team versus that team. It's bullshit.
I saw the worst one today, and it was some person running for American Senate or Congress, whatever like that. And on the side of their political thingy bus, it was Jesus, guns, and babies. What she was standing for? Not even joke. I'll have a look. I'm just playing Red Alert. If I can find it, I will get it, and I will.
That's
send
so
it because,
bad.
Yeah,
America.
No, I mean some of the gun argument from more reasonable right, it is dead on. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Yeah, if you take a gun, you sit it on a table in a crowded room, and nobody touches it, it's not going to do anything. But then that also feeds into the whole my rights thing, and people. I remember when I was taught how to use a firearm, I was taught U.S. Marine Corps firearm safety. I was taught how to properly use a firearm, how to handle a firearm. And it also used to be back then when I can't remember the gun owner, whatever organization. NRA. That was also back when the NRA taught safety classes, and actually passing a safety class was a requirement for like a handgun. Now you can take an online course and be certified for conceal and carry, and never actually own or touch a firearm. Dick, you had your hand up?
Yeah, there's a Canadian view to this that's kind of different. The whole there's some aspects of firearms that can be done properly, and oh no, wait a minute, it was guns don't kill people, people kill people. That as a philosophical type of argument works, but it doesn't work when you mix alcohol and infidelity and all these other things into the mix that send people off into a tangent when they weren't raised in a way, within their family that taught them that striking out in anger is absolutely inappropriate and not done. And we have, sadly, too many people that do that, and access to firearms escalates those situations to the stratosphere instantly, especially like you were saying, Loki. We're talking about people who are untrained. They don't have control of their emotions and stuff, but they find out blah, blah, this and that, and they reach into the cabinet and they load it. Somebody twitches, they turn and point and fire, and just if there was no gun there, that couldn't have happened. That's my view on it, right? Being Canadian. Commander
401 had his hand up, but before that, there's just something I want to say. With regards to owning a firearm, in addition to proper training and handling of a firearm with a real firearm, not just some stupid online test, I also think that psychological evaluation should be a requirement. It's not a popular thought, but there's a lot of mentally ill people that get firearms.
If you're going to apply that kind of logic to it, now I'm much more akin to your way of thinking. Unfortunately, it's not there. That's the problem, right? Yeah.
Commander, you had your hand up?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dick. I think statistically, your firearm in your house is more likely to be used on a family member than on an intruder. In addition to that, the NRA was originally founded to promote excellence in marksmanship. And when guns like the Tommy gun came out, they actually frowned on it. Right. It wasn't until like the 1970s and 80s when they started all the conspiracies, and 90s that the rhetoric kind of changed. And Wayne LaPierre was quite easy to troll. I don't remember if this actually happened, but it was like, I know that shortly after Obama won re-election, and shortly after Sandy Hook, the UN, just to troll him, they did you don't want firearms all over the place, like in sub-Saharan Africa, child soldiers, etc. But I think they got so crapped out the crazies here, that they pointed to the plaque on the UN as proof of some kind of conspiracy, and they shall beat their arms into plowshares and pruning hooks, and nation shall not rise against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. And like, that's probably the last place that you find any scripture on any building that's funded by the United States federal government in any way. You had all these conservatives pointing to that as a conspiracy. It's insane. And I hope I didn't ramble on too long.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. LaPierre was, I believe, the same person that went on this tangent about how he felt that Americans should have access to ICBMs. They should have access to nukes because the government has nukes.
That's scary.
And that was also right around the same time that Charlton Heston, who was a supporter of the NRA for years, said, "That's it, I'm done. Find somebody else." And
we
the
had
thing
a
is,
senator.
And if you look, if you look at the way the NRA used to stand for things, I mean, as a Canadian, we're not anti-gun. I know all kinds of people that have huge, really nice collections of guns and weapons and whatnot and so on. But, when I go to somebody's house and they have a few shotguns and a few rifles and so on and so forth, they don't have assault weapons. We have a different outlook on this. It's just, I just don't see some of these unbelievably somewhat lame and easy ways of somebody justifying and grabbing a gun being worth it. Your average person is not capable of doing this properly.
Yeah, my folks have firearms. They got a Beretta, a 40 caliber. They have a rifle, and then they have an AR-15. But they also live on a farm where you end up getting coyote, fox, bear, and crap like that. And yeah, they use their AR-15 to shoot foxes because their rifle is a shotgun. Shotgun doesn't work too well if you're trying to hit a fox that's getting into the chicken house, stuff like that.
Right.
Bear, what the hell are you going to do? I mean, there's been a couple of years where I've been given bear meat because they had a bear that was on the property all the time, and it was a threat to the livestock. But they're also my folks are also the same people. My old man is, Marine Corps retired, former federal officer, former local law enforcement, and former private security. Armed security. So he knows weapons, and he thinks that most people shouldn't have guns. Hey, Commander, you were saying something?
I was going to say we had a senator here, Jim Webb, and I think there's a good line that he had on guns. You have the right to bear arms. You don't have the right to bear tanks, missiles, and nuclear weapons.
And, the right to bear arms. Let's look at the era, the time in history that was written. You did not have assault rifles. The right to bear arms was literally, for most of the population, not even guns.
Well, there's also another factor in that in the U.S. It says, you're right to keep and bear arms as part of a regulated militia, as a trained militia.
Yeah.
That is completely different. Because
I think actually I remember reading something that there were actually laws in revolutionary Boston after the British were kicked out, not having loaded muskets on your person. They had to be unloaded. They had to be, in other words, there was safety. You couldn't just walk around with the possibility of those things going off. They had common sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think tempers were also very high at that point in time too. So it was also the other thought behind it was, instead of today, man, I'm going to beat your ass. You know what? I'm just going to shoot you and pull out a loaded weapon and shoot the person. Well, if you got a musket, man, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your ass. You know what? I'm going to shoot you. Hold on. Give me a couple minutes.
I think the problem with American gun laws is, not to sound rude to any Americans watching on things, but I think a lot of Americans don't realize how the rest of the world view American gun laws. I was quite shocked. I was watching a video on TikTok, and it was a teacher, someone I've watched before. They seem quite intelligent, and they were quite surprised that nowhere else does drills for a shooter in the school. And it was like, well, why would we do drills for a shooter in the school? It's not something we expect. And it seemed, she was reading the comments of the videos, that struck her as a surprise that, well, yeah, but it might happen. Yeah, but I also might get struck by a meteorite. I don't do practicing running under my desk because it's so far beyond the ability of happening for us. It's laughable. And I will never get it. Never.
Yeah, neither would I. DKG?
Yeah, just to follow on from what Barman is saying is how the rest of the world view America and their absolute fascination and obsession with guns. Is that in the UK? I mean, I don't know what Barman feels like, but I don't feel like you need to have a gun. When I've spoken to some other, Americans, just normal people, they feel like it's necessary for them to actually own a gun in their house somewhere, so they've got one. They just feel naked without it. In the UK, it's never even been a consideration. I don't know how Barman feels about it.
Well, my dad's got a shotgun license for when he had a small holding, so he can get hold of a gun. Because that's the thing, in the UK, you can get hold of a gun under the right circumstances. And I fully agree that people on farms should have access to a firearm to deal with any problems when it comes to things like that. For us in the UK, it's simple foxes. And if we should have a gun for foxes, I think people who might have to deal with coyotes and bears should definitely be allowed a gun.
Yeah. In the same way as UK farmers have guns and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just this obsession that every household should have a gun. And the ridiculous thing is that most of the guns that enter into the black market in America, they're all stolen from people who just have guns in their houses. It's that. So the American people feel like they need to protect themselves by having a gun in their house because people have stolen guns from their house. This goes around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's my thought. I think it's probably time for me to leave. This is a very, very deep subject, and you don't want my gibberish coming in on it. I'll probably say good night to you all.
I might join you on the go night because what is it? Oh God, it's 2:20.
Yeah, it is. It's 20 past beddy, boys. So, good night, Brits. Well done, Loki.
Night, gents. Thanks for dropping by.
Good night.
Oh, good night, everybody. Letting us all on.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, DK.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Commander, you had your hand up?
Yeah. This is actually, I think that there actually might be a racist component to this. I remember when I lived in South Florida, Denise Glasser, she was the co-chair of the Florida Democratic Party. She supported a Castle document that actually wound up ending at your door. They wanted it if you feel threatened. And she said in a little room in Davie, Florida, that feeling threatened is a code for if you say something I don't like, or if there's a different color skin or whatever, that these people just want to use that to kill people. And sure enough, Trayvon Martin right near the high school that I went to. He cut through someone's yard armed only with a bag of Skittles and a Slurpee. I think this was in 2014. Someone shot him. I think it was Zimmerman. That was his last name. And he was acquitted because the law was so vague as to...
You're muted.
The law was so vague as to leave the use of lethal force open to feelings. And that's stupid.
Yeah, it really is messed up with the way how loosely a lot of the laws are put together. And yeah, you have the firearm industry and lobbyists and all they get involved. And I mean, the thing is technically I would be, well, 100 some odd years ago, I would be considered, a Republican with regards to rights, responsibilities, and the law. You have your rights, you're responsible to follow the law, you step out of line, you get what you deserve, you're screwed within, the full power of the law. And it's really changed in my lifetime, the whole, my rights, but no responsibilities. And that's where the far end of what would be called conservatives, that's where it's gone. It's just like, the nuts have taken over the nut house. Oh boy.
Yeah. I like to joke that I got kicked. Actually, on my dad's side, there's some Civil War heroes from the Union. And I wound up joking that the Republicans rejected me because of the teachings of my mother. You know how Jews tend to say if your mother wasn't a Jew, they don't want you, some of them. Well, I made that joke because I know it's probably in bad taste, but you're dealing with, part of my family history actually was in the Illinois Republican Party back when Abraham Lincoln founded a nation. That was on my dad's side. I know what you mean concerning what Republicans once were. It's complete reversal. I mean, today, there's one of the things that I taunted the rednecks with. If you were really the people of Abraham Lincoln, you do the things that Abraham Lincoln did. And I pointed to Barack Obama going to the Illinois Springfield courthouse, and he's a civil rights attorney. Abe Lincoln, civil rights, he was an attorney. And, there's that whole rhyming in history. I'm sorry, I'm probably shoving my foot in my mouth. But
no, you're fine.
I pulled that whole thing where you're not the people of Abraham Lincoln, you're the people of Jefferson Davis, the House of Slavery, and they loved a Jew throwing a parody of the New Testament back in their face.
Yeah, the whole situation is just really different. It's from a family history aspect. On my mom's side, we're founding family. As in pre-colonial founding family. There are actual counties in the original 13 colonies that are named after my ancestors. And it's just one of those, my mom being the family historian has pulled, all these notes and letters and all this family history stuff, and it's really interesting to see how they perceived things back then versus where things are now.
Yeah, over here we have a very different view. Like, we have very big farms, I guess you'd call them, or ranches from over there. And farmers do have shotguns. We don't have very many handguns over here. And with break-ins and burglaries and things like that, they usually don't do it when people are at home. So it's not like even our bad guys don't carry weapons, you know. If they break in at night time, you know, you have your baseball bat or your golf club next to your bed, you know, and you just beat them up.
Plus, it's Australia. Just walk into the mailbox. You've got to dodge 50,000 animals that want to kill you.
Well, exactly. You know, if you're not dead by the time you get here, you will be when you get in. But it's, the fact that we don't need, not everybody is armed. So, and the restrictions on those weapons, you've got to have them in a safe, locked, safe, you know, whatever you want to call them. Plus, your bullets and your ammunition is actually locked separately from your weapons. So it's not like you can just go and grab your gun. It's like you have to go get your gun, then you've got to go get your bullets and then load it, because most of any hand weapons are used in at the shooting range and things like that. People that actually do shooting sort of at the Olympic Games and things like that. It's really, there just isn't a load of people with guns under their pillows. It just doesn't happen here. So, so in America, you expect everybody to have a gun under their pillow. We don't. So I think that's the big difference between Australia and America. We just don't expect everyone to be armed because they're not.
IB Hunter said in the chat, actually, he was acquitted because he was being beaten to death. In a matter of personal defense, I have absolutely no issue with somebody defending themselves in that condition, in that situation. So if that was actually the reason why it rolled out the way it did, I'm fine with that. And I actually, except for some of the local government stuff and all, I actually try to stay away from a lot of the news because, well, most of the news is bullshit. Yeah, but with what you're saying, farmers having guns. Yeah, you got your shotgun, you got your long rifle and all.
Yep.
That's a requirement almost if you have any livestock.
Yes. You know, but a lot of the little farmers, like dairy farmers and things like that, they have their shotguns and that mainly for, you know, I don't know, snakes, maybe. But out in the north where they're, you know, big, huge properties, like in the thousands of acres, they hunt shit with helicopters, you know. It's like, so they have shotguns and things like that. Or my brother actually has compound bows and things. They go out hunting razorbacks, which are big pigs. And things like that. It's not like you have it as a weapon to kill people with. It's just, you know, we did have a hideous mass shooting over here, and after that, our gun laws became so strict, which is great. But they also did, back in the 90s, they did a guns for toys. So you go and hand your gun in, you got a crap load of toys for your kids. You know, it was, and it worked a lot. Yeah, it was a really good program that they did. I've just noticed in the chat, Aaron Reese has said they still store the ammunition with the firearm, but governments, oops, I just lost it. But governments are starting to mandate certain storage requirements over here because of the school shootings. So, it's my mother, my stepmother, actually had to go and get a gun license because my father's and my brother's weapons were stored in the house. So because she was in the house all day on her own, she had to get a license as well because that's where the weapons were stored. So it's a really rigid, you have to, cover all the bases. So it's very strict over here as far as gun laws are concerned. So,
and there's a couple of places here in the U.S. Where if you're transporting a firearm, your firearm has to be in its locked box inside the vehicle and your ammunition in the trunk locked. They can't be in the same, essentially, compartmental area of the vehicle. Or you could swap it back and forth. Either way, you had to keep them separate.
Yeah, with break-ins and stuff, I'm all worried that they're going to go grab a knife out of me drawer and bloody stab me, That's sort of... no one can get into my place. I've got bloody great security. But, yeah, it's like you're more worried that they're going to actually get some sort of weapon from inside your house because they don't bother bringing shit in.
The bulk of burglaries and break-ins happen when the person's not home anyway.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Kind of like the crooks actually just want to take your stuff and don't want to deal with you. And that's, I've never been a crook, but that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, all my shit's insured. I don't care about things, it's who cares? They can take whatever the hell they like. I'm more worried for my pets and my photos of my family. That's all I give a shit about. They can have everything else, but my pet, my pet and my photos is all I give a shit about. So what worries me more is one of my neighbours doing a dickhead thing and bloody burning the place down. That's my biggest worry. So,
hey, Abby Hunter, you have a good point. Yeah. Don't know anyone who buys a gun to kill people with. Well, the ones that are buying guns to kill people with aren't buying them legally anyway. But yeah, you got a good point. I think you and I probably agree that it is more a matter of personal responsibility and learning to control oneself, one's emotions and stuff, and how to deal with those kind of things than it just being guns everywhere kind of deal. Because I think it's more a centralist or moderate position is more reasonable when it comes to firearms versus the two extremes.
Yeah, you don't even have to own one. If you want to go and shoot a gun, you just go down to a gun range. They'll set you up to have a go if that's something that you want to try out. And if you think that that's fun, you join a gun club at a shooting range. They'll supply the weapons for you to have a go. You don't have to own a weapon to be able to have, the experience of shooting a weapon at targets. I don't understand people that want to kill people, I guess. Like you said, it's the psychology of it that needs to be introduced before they get the license.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie, I've been trying to fact too. Charlie, I've been trying to shove this birthday cake through the mic, and it's not working. There's a mess. Damn it. All over the place. I mean, it's tubes. I should be able to fit a cake through a tube.
Like one of those things at the bank that goes from the teller to your car.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember. You're making fun of that senator from, I think it was Alaska. He said, the internet's a series of tubes. It was about the net neutrality thing.
Yeah, the whole geek leak tube meme thing. Yeah, that goes back a ways. Let's see. How long have we been on?
Quite a while.
Interesting.
It's almost 10 o'clock. Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun, especially with friends.
Yep.
And I think Dick went to sleep.
Yes, he does that regularly.
We
I'll
should
be
all
right
leave.
back.
So when he comes back, there's nobody here.
I'll be right back. 20 minutes later.
I do want to let y'all know I almost have the back part of the ship done, and then I got to do the rocket, the rocket cones, and then that's pretty much it outside of... I forgot when I made all those guns on the ship to give them pointer bones. So I got to go back now and do every single one of them rather than do one and then just... But it's almost done.
Cool. That'll be a big boost for toys and CGI for the Shills channel.
You fancy people with your computers.
And I was looking at the details on the ship I use in the intro and outro, and I've been trying to get a hold of the guy that did it, because it's something like 700. No, that one was the higher texture one. That's like 1.5 million polygons. And I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to ask somebody to do that. Dude, I will pay you. Just please give me the render, please. I would have played with it. Unfortunately, the guy's not been responding to the comments or anything on his vid.
Yeah, I tried to actually use subdivisions and displacement to get the greeble texture actually into the model because it looks better. That area that is right, at the back part, but that area that's black and has the lit, I did 100,000 polys just for that one flat plane, and then I tried doing it for the rest of it, and it choked my computer. And I spent $1,900 in 2020 using that computer, and it was choking it. So I'm gonna have to use the textures. Actually, if I was probably using something like Houdini or Maya, that wouldn't be a problem, but Blender has that issue where it just uses all of your RAM, but it still looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks really nice. The funny thing is back in the day when I was building custom systems, I used to do custom built render boxes. I used to use server boards with multiple processors and like just gigs and gigs of ECC RAM and then a RAID array. Because people come in and, I want to render all this amazing, wonderful stuff, but my top shelf, Dell whatever, or, whoever machine just takes forever. I don't care what it costs. Build me a machine. This is like, God, almost 20 years ago. Like, oh, build you a machine? That's going to cost you a few grand. Oh, I don't care. But yeah, with customers like that, you go in and you like do origami with the cables and make everything nice and pretty and stuff like that. Oh man, I miss those days.
Yeah, now we have Render Street for like $50. You can have access to like 530 modern cores. I don't have a subscription yet. I haven't had anything to use that with, but everything I'm doing right now is just in EV, because if I try to use cycles until I can get an RTX card. Now I do have an Alienware with the graphics accelerator, but that can only use, I think it was one of the first RTX cards. It's not a PCI Express 5, it's a PCI Express 4. And believe it or not, that one's actually more expensive than a lot of them for this particular reason.
Yeah, I actually haven't been doing much of my Astro because of bottlenecks with gear these days. Because one of the cameras that I use chokes out USB 3. It just demolishes USB 3. It's like, well, you guys need to come up with a new protocol. You guys need to come up with something else because, you know, I'm like right up against that wall and I'm running multiple cameras. So
then you have the bus space issue. You know, like you take an AVI with transparencies that I actually couldn't run more than maybe 200 frames, something that was more than 200 frames at 1080p with, you know, an OBS. It would just choke everything. It just chop, chop, chop.
Well, it's like with my Astro cams, I'm running 20 megapixel straight raw at video frame rates if I try to do a fast capture. And yeah, USB 3.0 USB 3 can't handle it. So hopefully they'll come up with another protocol and get that done so that I can start doing a bit faster captures. Hey, there's a Southern Hemisphere globe head in the chat. How you doing?
I'm gonna wind up having to go. Family is more or less saying they want food or they are upset that I am up so late.
Oh, I get that too. Why aren't you
they
in
want
bed
food
yet?
or they're
Where's
gonna
my
eat
dinner?
you. Yep. They're gonna start eating you.
See you around. It's been a nice time.
Oh, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
See you.
You're awesome. So, how's your
And then
birthday
number
so
3.
far? How's your birthday so far?
Pretty boring. Weather always shits on it. It's always bad on my birthday. It was 50 at midnight, and now it's 5 below. In the same day.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting the same thing here. We were down below freezing. I think we're like -7 Celsius here the other day, and then today it was I'm outside in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, all the snow melted just yesterday and today, and then froze, and it is a literal Iceland outside. Like I said earlier, there was a 100 car pileup down the highway from me. 100 cars. And they're still cleaning it up, and that was like 6 hours ago.
That is just the weirdest thing.
I don't drive on the highway. I'm an old woman. I don't drive on the highway for anybody.
We were in Great Lakes for a few years, and during some pretty bad snow and ice storms, and never had much of an issue. There weren't like big pileups or anything like that. And then to hear it coming from you, just massive pileup, like what'd they do? Get rid of all the natives and ship in people from like Georgia or something?
Yeah, I always wonder that too, because I was driving through town when it was starting to get icy, and people were. One guy will drive like it's just raining, and then the next guy will drive like everything's on fire. It's like, just calm down and leave distance between you and the guy in front of you, and pump your brakes, and nothing bad pretty much will ever happen, but it does.
When was the last time you guys had a real bad snow or ice up there?
Well, we always get it, but like the record-breaking bad was, I used to live in Missouri, and that was 2001 when the ice storm, and everybody was out of power for like a week, and you absolutely could not drive. Your cars were absolutely cocooned in ice, and you could push a car on the street and the wheels wouldn't even turn. You could push it like just across the ice. I mean, we always get 3 or 4 bad ones a winter, but this winter's been nuts, and been tornadoes and shit. And Christmas time, it's unheard of. the climate change is a hoax. So, yeah.
Well, I guess I'll have to send you a spaceship so you can migrate to Mars. We
I
don't
would
have much
love
problem
to.
with
I'd go
snow there.
tomorrow. Nope. Or oxygen.
Or oxygen, but you know that's just a minor issue.
Yeah. Tonight was fun though with the mini dumpster flare up.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that.
I'm still waiting
glad
for
Gary
summer
called
down
Dick
here.
a pervert, because when Gary called me a pervert, that's when I really got welcomed into the shills. I was just a chat room guy then, and that whole thing helped catalyze everything. And I don't know why pervert is his go-to. Probably projecting a little bit.
I think it's one of those, you know you're a threat if they call you a pervert.
Yeah, and the whole Flatardia movement seems pretty obsessed with male genitalia and whatnot. Yeah,
and I mean,
I don't
you
know.
I know that we'll give him shit. You know, we'll give any of the flat earthers shit. You know, yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, blah, 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 so on and so forth and stuff like that.
We're not going to go there.
But, yeah.
We're not going to go there.
Pervert, crap like that? No, that's...
Unless you've proven to be kind of a kid stalker or TikToker or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the instances where, yeah, you're not far off the mark if you call them, yeah, not quite right. Yeah.
But that's just it. They attack the person rather than the argument. And that's the biggest difference between these idiots and the community of debunkers. You know, very rarely.
They don't have a community. They really don't.
No, well, none of them agree with each other, so they all have their own little philosophies as to what they believe. But yeah, they
or act like they believe.
Look at Oakley. You know, all he does, he's got, you know, his balls in people's mouths and he's raping them from behind and all this bullshit.
Yeah, right after he says no cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they always go straight for the person and not what they're saying. And that's the biggest disappointment that I find.
People like Pratt just take general swaths at entire groups of people and call them P words and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just wrong. It's sad, really.
Well, I mean, with my debunk videos and stuff, you know, I'll throw out some insults there, but the whole damn thing is tongue in cheek. It's kind of like you got to have a stick up your butt to think that, you know, I like really just going at you kind of deal. I mean, yeah, hey, this idea is stupid. You got to be an idiot to think this, but I put it in context. You know, I try to keep it in context. On the shills, yeah, I relax a bit. I get a bit nastier sometimes with my insults, but that's mostly just blowing off steam. But that's, you know, what we do on Pub Chat. We blow off steam.
Yep.
Then we let them go for it in the chat as well. We don't censor them in the chat. So, you know, I mean, hate speech, yes, we do. But, you know, they can call us all sorts of names because we call them all sorts of names and their stupid arguments and what have you. You know, but it's But I mean, in dealing with when they really, they attack one person.
Yeah, I mean, in dealing with like a one-on-one with somebody, you know, a debate, stuff like that, a back and forth, you know, I try to remain civil.
Yes.
Now, I will try to remain civil until they start throwing insults.
You gotta give what you get, though.
It's one of those, soon as they drop that, you know, that gauntlet, that's it. All bets are off. Now, I'll try to bring it back to something more civil, but in a debate, in a discussion, that's just kind of the way shit is.
Yep.
Hey, Southern
and
Hemisphere
we have a Sal in the hat.
Yeah, Sally.
Good morning, guys. I just woke up.
Just for the moon.
Before 5 o'clock. Yes.
You're mooning the moon. We all know.
Yeah, it's covered by cloud right now.
So pull your pants back up.
Guys, me and the clouds. Mm.
Yeah, but
It's
we all know
very
you just want
cloudy
to.
this year.
Yeah, you just look for shapes in the clouds. The shapes
Yeah.
of certain male parts of the body. We know.
Oh, I love it. I got one yesterday. You know, when you're looking for something, you can find it.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you guys talking about? Computers are boring, so...
We've ran the gamut tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Sorry, I was sleeping, man. You know, nighttime and all.
Yeah, it's all good.
Damn
it's
globe.
always nighttime somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the damn globe. Who knows why the sun doesn't shine on the whole entire flat Earth at the same time?
Because there's a black side of the sun, didn't you know? It gets...
I thought you were gonna say... That's not what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were just gonna say it's the black sun. Never mind the black side of the sun.
No, yeah, it's dark on one side and light on the other side.
One side of the sun is the sun and the other side of the sun is the moon.
There you go. Because it's got its own, light. But
You're
it's cold.
You're both NASA disinformation shills. I know for a fact it's a magic lampshade. I got it from the top authorities.
Okay. And who would that be? You know, names, documents, evidence. You know that
evidence.
thing,
Evidence. Never mind.
I'll move on to the next point.
Yeah. But there never is one, is there? They don't have any other points.
Yeah, but I did hear Mip say that, you know, they don't attack the argument, they attack the person. So, totally agree with that. Yeah. Like, I was told straight out that I'm going to hell because I don't believe in a flat earth. You know, it's God's flat earth.
Yeah, but you've got to believe
See you there
first, don't you?
See you there. Yeah, I do always say that, you know, if God and the devil were real, I'll be on the devil's side.
We'll all finally get to meet.
My argument when they like to throw God in there is, think about this. You have God who thinks you're so stupid that he can make the universe so simple that a child can understand it, or you have a God who's amazed at his wonderful creation and created an expansive universe that they can explore his infinite glory forever.
They like to limit God. You know, when I was growing up, I believed in God, and I always thought that God is capable of, he's God, you know, he's capable of anything. And then you grow up like fucking almost 35 years later, and you hear these Christians explaining God to you, and they limit God to this, oh, that's not what God did. I'll infer what God did, but you're not allowed to infer what God did. And it's so narrow because there's more than Christianity in the world.
Way more.
Yeah,
I grew up as a Hindu. We have lots of gods. I had lots of gods.
My thought process is, if somebody is going to try to explain to me God and God's creation, they're probably wrong, because you would need to be
either
God,
be him or know him.
Yeah, in order to explain his creation, because that would infinite, God, all powers. That's beyond human comprehension.
Yes, but God is supposed to be omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. We give those properties to God, and then you think he's supposed to be watching us all the time. Yet there are people who profess to believe in God who do some really nasty things, and then they're a man of God. I can't.
Yeah,
no, I get it.
I wouldn't. Men made God up.
And then man made God in the image of man, and then turned it around and said, God made us in his image. But then I like Mtf's point, why do we have legs?
Yep. That's my question to God botherers.
Or why don't we have invisibility?
Yes. That's what I want. I wanted to be able to, spread my consciousness infinitely, which apparently God does. Yeah. I want to know everything, just like God. So, and it just doesn't work like that. So, yeah.
But the way the world turned out,
the image of God, why does God need legs in the first place?
To play skee ball.
Awesome
Sorry,
reference.
to play what?
Awesome reference.
What, for the love of the game?
Yeah. God, that's a good movie.
Oh, that's just the saying we use for all the sports here. The SABC sport is, their catchphrase is for the love of the game. Oh, that's my hubby's alarm. He's also getting up now. He's got to be at work in an hour.
You
Where
didn't
do you
kick
live
him out of
again?
bed
I
to
don't think
make
I've
you breakfast?
spoken to you before.
I live in South Africa.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have lots and lots and lots and lots of observations. More than 1,000 sunsets.
So
only takes one, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you know the sun is going away?
Shit drives me insane.
Sorry, Mip.
I was just going to say, there are plenty of flat earthers that Sal has challenged. Please come and talk to me and tell me what is wrong with my observations. Bring your observations. You keep saying, do your own research. I've done my own research. Please come and explain how this works in your flat earth. Not one person has come to debate Sal, talk to Sal about her observations. What a shocker. There
are some flat earthers who come in and talk nonsense. We've got our own personal troll who comes on the comment section to tell me how silly I am and how immature and uneducated and, all of those things that don't conform to fluffdom. So.
Oh, yes, and that's one of our favourites. It's Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, who goes also by Iron Horse or Ross, as we all know him down here in the south. Unfortunately, he is an Aussie, and he is, yes, our greatest embarrassment. I'm really sorry, guys.
Do you think he believes that absolute nonsense?
Oh, he believes that the sun is a portal to another dimension, and that the moon was dug out of the Grand Canyon by giants and blown up with helium, and that's why it's in the sky. So, yes, he's a complete fucking nut job. What can I say? I'm sorry
and he's
on
got
behalf
the
of
same
Australia.
Script.
Yes, over and over.
He's got the same script. No one tells me. I've been asking for like 2.5 years. okay, the sun goes away. How does it get back to the other, to the opposite horizon? And many have suggested that it's almost like a magic trick. God does that. Because God does magic. Or miracles. It's a miracle. No, I don't know, guys. I filmed the sunset. I filmed the sunrise. The other day, I had 2 cameras, one at the sun, one at the moon. As the moon's coming up, the sun's going down. I don't know. How can you explain that?
You don't have to apologize for Australians, Mtf. Me and Loki are from America. We got way more crazy than you.
Yeah. Just how many you got, Mtf? Like, I think 3.
Well, we do have Mitchell from Australia, and Mitchell was probably the second biggest disappointment. Ross has been around longer, so he's our first biggest, and then yes, Mitchell would be the second biggest. But we do have a couple of other real assholes.
Yeah, Tony Naum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
forgot about him.
Guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, he doesn't know the difference between isotropic and isotopic. An isotope and an isotrope. He doesn't know the difference, and he spent like 2 hours arguing with
MC Toon, I think.
No, Professor.
Oh, PhD Tony.
Yes, PhD Tony. Yes. That was the guy. I was hoping not to say the wrong name because there's that other guy also who takes, who also a professor, I think Professor Bell.
Phil Bell.
Also taking down fluffs.
Yeah, he's in Arwen's every morning. I get up for work at 6:30 and Arwen's the only thing to listen to. And I got booted a long time ago, but for some reason he keeps talking to Phil Bell. God, Arwen.
Oh, we had another the truth. Alexander Morales.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh, God. He told me I must do the lighter experiment. You guys know the lighter experiment?
Yep.
The one that Giganto tried to cheat us out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he tried. So I did it with the milk boxes. I set up a whole lot of milk boxes, and he wants me to put the camera on the side of the milk boxes, not in, completely in front, looking at the line going straight down. No, I must put it on the side of that first box, and then it shows a whole different perspective, which doesn't even, you can't even say, oh, this happens in reality. No. Because, when you are looking at something, head on. Even if you're, it's to the side of you or, to the left or right of you. You are looking at it head on. Your camera is facing it head on. You don't put your camera to the side or, it didn't work for him, basically.
Hey, guys, it's getting a little late here. I still need to eat dinner. I think we wrap it up.
Eat dinner. I just woke up. Damn people needing to eat.
Hey. Yeah, it's lunchtime here.
Damn rotating planet.
And the need for human beings to survive. If they want to survive, they have to eat. Oh, we have breatharians. And people who drink their own pee.
Oh, don't go there. Jesus Christ. We're all just about to eat here. Don't go there.
There, enjoy. Guys, it was lovely for me to sneak in for a few minutes. Have a good day.
Well, thanks for popping in.
Pleasure.
Happy 300.
Happy 300.
Yep.
Oh, 300, yes.
No, 300 subs. She left.
This is definitely the longest live stream, isn't it?
Yeah, this is most definitely my longest live stream.
Yep.
I want to thank everybody
wonderful.
in the chat who's popped in. Awesome. It was awesome to have you guys here. If it wasn't for you folks, I wouldn't have reached 300 subs.
No looking back.
Nope.
Only up from here. Remember, 3,000 and we get an eyebrow.
Thanks for the limerick, Nippet.
Oh,
yeah, those are
anytime.
awesome.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Yeah, it's
You're
been
welcome.
great.
Thank you.
Sorry I was late. I actually went back to bed and just...
I was late
passed
too.
out
We
again.
kept having power outages because of the weather.
Yeah, I took a nap before the stream and kept hitting the snooze, so I almost missed my own stream. So, it's all good.
Yeah,
Have a
I had
good
to
night
get up.
and have a good
I got
day.
up, fed the ferret, and went back to bed. Yeah.
So yes, 3,000 subs, I will shave an eyebrow. It is official. I will make that an official video at some point.
Okay.
And if
Someone
you don't
click
want to,
that.
Limey already put it out in the ether.
Yeah, so I'm kind of stuck now. And happy birthday to you, Charlie. I am glad you were able to make it, considering the issues you were having with the internet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really appreciate
Internet
it.
sucks.
and I did that Wabinga bit just for you. I threw that together like an hour or two before the stream.
That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Well, thank you. Granted, it was mostly through me going through documents I already have that I've dealt with before and stuff, but yeah, thank you. And thank you for being able to make it. Happy birthday.
I do like what Aaron Reese has just popped into the chat. Charlie, I'd say happy birthday, but a less than crappy birthday sounds more realistic right now.
Exactly.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
I am 42, the answer to everything.
Don't tell Mr. 42 that, because he'll copyright you. He'll copyright strike
will.
you.
Patented a number.
So again, thanks for everybody that popped in the chat. Thanks you guys for hopping into Meets. This was awesome. Dick is still MIA. But oh well.
Oh, he will be.
And with that note, we are out.
Good night.